Okay, so like, when you try to go make something and you're like, wow, I really don't want this to suck. So like you make it and then it does suck. And so you have to keep redoing it over and over again until you get it just the way you want it, or at least passable. That's where I've been. And that's where these episodes have been. We are here. We're here. Anyway, this is going to be a really long episode. Enjoy that. A couple shout outs before we get started, because these new characters are included in the episode. I told you if you share us on social media, you'll get in. We've got Jarsanat Nyleaf at SJArsenignolt on Instagram. We've got Hobie Neverember. That is at Hobbytime168. Love you, dude. We've got Alcota Silverhand, and this is for at Lavina Staten. On Twitter, your boyfriend actually shouted you out, and we included you in the episode. That's freaking adorable. And then we've got Raspy Torenbo, a.k.a. at Raspy Screams on TikTok and I believe Twitter. Love you too, dude. But yeah, share us on social media. You will get into the episode. We are editing these. We are recording them. I think we're up to episode like 31 at this point. But it's in the editing process. We're a-comin'. Enjoy the episode.
I'm in my new office.
I'm itchy.
And there aren't birds in here. And it's quite magical, if I'm being honest.
I need a back
bird earlier.
You did hear bird earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, you can't escape. Can't escape the birds. Welcome to that big D&D energy.
Just put a cover over them and the lights are off.
That's too much work. Too much work.
If the lights aren't off, then we won't have a podcast for very long.
It is what it is. We'll go to the library or some shit. Anyway, welcome to that big D&D energy. I'm your host, Aaron Mann. We've moved recently, and this new office is fucking sick. But we'll talk about that in a different podcast. It'll be hour-long episodes, me describing the floorboards, the paint fixtures, and all of that stuff. Yeah, and it's going to be 90 episodes minimum. But let's go ahead and introduce everybody else who is less important in their plebeian apartments. Dustin Sutliff. Dustin.
Howdy, everybody. How you doing today? I'm right where I came in today. You know what I did? I saw the horse.
Who'd you do?
I rode up on that bitch, and then I bucked on my way to fucking a grandma. Cheers, everybody.
A grandma? What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
Sometimes my dad always said, sometimes
I have questions.
the old ones are the ones that taste the best. If you know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Let's talk about the fact
Oh my God.
that, how old is too old for you?
Like Colt always said.
Welcome back, everyone.
Like Colt always said, sometimes you got to ride them till they're dead.
Hey, Dustin, can we do a take two?
No.
Can we do a take two?
Do you think I do take twos? I do take ones,
this.
boy. I do take ones. I do one take. Whatever comes out of my mouth.
hold on.
That's what it is.
Oh my God.
That's the magic, bro.
Next in the order,
What?
Allison Mann. Allison, floor's yours.
What?
Introduce your fucking character.
Hello, this is Flint Frostbeard. I'm a hill dwarf cleric by accident. And today, it's so hot in this goddamn city that my balls are stuck to my right leg, and I would really like it if they would just unstuck themselves, because there's something about putting your hand down your pants in public that's frowned upon.
Stop. See, all of you who are listening right now, you can't see me giving Allie the neck chop. You shouldn't keep saying
You need a ball dryer.
I'm giving it.
Spoken like a true man. All right, next in the order.
Spoken like a true hill dwarf.
True hill.
Okay, we'll do it again.
Nope. All right, next in the order is Scott Shoemaker. Scott, please. No.
Greetings,
No.
mortals.
Say something super fucking out there and weird and inappropriate and do it. Go for it. Here you go. Everyone, Scott Shoemaker.
Greetings, mortals. This is Nizran. Hey, everyone. It's Scott Shoemaker. Very excited to be back here, be back with everyone here. And I don't have I don't need to talk about balls on the side of my legs or fucking grandmas. The only thing cool that I say is greetings, mortals.
So hot.
This is Nisran. That's it.
And last but not least, and back on the podcast, who we're super fucking pumped to have back on here. Just a fucking beauty. Wesley Van Hoosen.
Hello.
Wesley, introduce your character.
Hey, it's Arrows here, bitches. It's Arrows, bitch. I'm back.
Eros Eldrin is back on the podcast, y'all.
In order to be in the podcast, you have to tell us which grandfather you like to fuck the most.
No, you don't have to do that. Nobody has to do that. Let's do a little recap and get the fuck out of whatever this is. I'm in hell.
Damn, I'm in hell.
I am in hell.
Hot in here. Can we
so-
turn
Feels
down
like
the
hell
heat?
in this fucking room.
Without Wesley as part of this recap, Wesley just kind of follow along, and we'll get to you. I promise.
Follow the leader.
But absolutely, you all managed to defeat King Zoluan Drakkar, or King Drakkar Zoluan.
King Drakkar
Klondike's
Noir.
father. Yes, the father of Klondike and Prince and/or now I guess King Skeed.
King
Yeah,
Steve.
and after defeating him, you managed to procure the crown that held one of the materia and escape on Gunnar Teach's ship. Klondike decided to stay behind and help his brother out with the current war effort between the Warforged and Yegong. But as you were leaving the port on the ship of Gunnar Teach, a just massive kraken came up out of the water and defended your escape on the request of your old friend, the giant dragon turtle, whose name escapes me. Shit.
River.
Oh, I thought its name was shit.
It's Brooke.
Yeah, it was River.
It's Brooke.
Oh, Brooke. Brooke. It was Brooke.
Oh, your
Good
dragon
try.
turtle
Kinda
friend, Brooke. So yeah, that's where you are now as you guys are all on the ship, leaving the view of Yegong on the horizon. You see this kraken really taking pot shots at a bunch of different Warforged ships and Warforged coming out of the water and shit like that. You can hear its bellowing roar. Yeah, something like that. Coming out of the water. But
Normally that's that's a sound effect that would be added in post
That was
production.
Normally,
pretty
yeah.
For
good.
you,
Yeah.
dear listeners.
just save me some work, I guess. I'm gonna add some weird echo effects to that and shit, I suppose.
That was Flint. That
Nope.
was Flint standing at like the bow of the
Just doing it
back of the
himself.
boat and just like
Senile old fuck. All right.
I just want you to know it's really hard to spit Coke back into the can. It gets everywhere.
Okay, that's good. But yeah, everyone go ahead and who is on the ship right now. Not you, Wesley. Everyone who's on the ship right now, give me a perception check.
I perceive that I'm not on a ship.
Damn, nat 20? You got a nat 20?
damn.
Damn!
I got a
Nat
24.
30.
19.
10.
10. With a 15 and higher, as you guys leave Yegong on the horizon. So I'm going to say Candyman and Flint. You all see, not only is the Kraken doing some work, but also the people of Yegong are really just fucking sticking it to these Warforged. You see that they kind of have the upper hand in the situation so far.
Getting it in
you do,
there.
however, see a lot more Warforged reinforcements on the way. So you don't really know how this war is going to turn out, but you also see the previous guards of King Drakkar Zoluan helping the townsfolk instead of, avenging their previous king, and so on and so forth.
Right. Right.
But yeah,
I think I'm like slumped over on the side of the ship, and I'm pretty sure I got brought back to life at the end of last session.
Yep.
I think I had to get revivified or something like that. And I think I'm just like poking the holes that are in me and like watching the blood like
sure.
ooze
We'll
down.
say
Like,
the sailors,
God.
because you managed to get the materia. Am I correct? Yeah, and throw it in the
Yes,
bag.
yes.
Cool. We'll say that some of the sailors on the ship are wrapping you up and tending to your wounds and all that good stuff, so you're not, profusely bleeding out and whatnot. But, as you're leaving Igong, you can see it just in the distance. Captain Gunner speaks up and says, does my heart a sore justice leaving them behind, but we got to get you back to Ardania. I know that the mission's important. And he kind of is tearing up a little bit, watching his homeland kind of in flames as you guys leave.
Hey, like my daddy always told me,
What's that?
it ain't where you're from, it's who you are. That's what home is.
Give me a performance check with advantage.
Yeah, because that's super cool.
Oh, nat 20!
Oh my god, no way!
He and all of the sailors around you are just either sobbing profusely or covering their face to hold back tears as they're watching their homeland burn. And Captain Gunner Teach just comes up to you, Candyman, and he puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, that be the truest words I ever
Come
did
here,
hear, lad.
Come here.
Thank ye.
Yeah.
Thank ye.
Yeah, I think Nezran overhears that, and he kind of he's bandaged up at this point, and he's just huddled over on the side, and I think he just feels so ashamed of his own past and his own home that he ran away from, that he's got tears coming down his face too.
I take out my guns and just do a couple shots off in the air.
Beautiful. And as you guys are kind of recouping and getting your bearings, and Gunner teaches plotting the course back to Ardania, you hear a voice behind all of you toward the center of the ship. And it is powerful, but not overwhelming. And it almost echoes as it talks. And the voice says, well, I didn't think you would all survive that journey, especially holding the materia that you do. You turn around and you see, sitting atop a couple barrels, legs crossed, just kind of very nonchalant, facing all of you with their hood over their face, it looks to be just a very gaunt person. And you know that this person doesn't belong on the ship, because as soon as Gunner Teach turns around, he draws a sword and says, "Oh, looks like we've got a bit of a stowaway, lads. Who are you?" And the person says, "Oh, never you mind that. I'm just here for that." And it looks as though he's looking at each of you on the ship currently, Nezran, Candyman, and Flint. Says, "I mean you no harm, but I have a couple questions that I need answered. Is that all right?"
That depends on the question, I would say.
Oh, Flint, I think you should answer all of the questions that I'm going to pose to you.
And why should we listen to you? Whatever you are.
When you say that, he raises his hand, snaps his fingers, and everything around you stops. It's just you, Nezran, you, Flint, and you, Candyman. Everybody else is frozen in place.
Listen, you fuck. Put that back where you got it.
God.
Or so help me.
It's another god.
He waves his hand, and Flint, nobody heard what you just said. There is a bubble around you, and you assume it's just silence. The spell silence. And Nezran, it's actually hard for you to get up, because where the sailors around you are frozen, what it seems like in time, it's almost like something is blocking you from getting up, and it's the sailors who are literally locked into place. So you could get up. It would be very difficult for you right at this moment.
I just want to kind of push to the side and see if I can just try to crawl away and be like, nope, one god was enough. One god was enough. She gave the insane cowboy a sword,
Now-
and then it turned into a gun, and here we are.
Are you saying this out loud?
I think I'm muttering it under my breath.
You're thinking, okay, cool. All right, so this person looks at you all and says, now before I let you get away with that precious stone that you carry, I need to ask, did anyone like me who could do things like this, he gestures broadly around to frozen time, give you an inkling of where that stone was?
Nope.
Nope.
Sorry,
Never seen it.
we're just adventurers,
Um,
that's all.
Both of you make a deception check. That's going to be Nezran and Flint. Candyman, I'm assuming, is just staying silent and stoic.
21.
11. Shit. I have a fucking plus
11?
7, too.
Well, so Flint got a 21, you got an 11. Nezran, he looks at you and just very suddenly appears in front of you. You get a good look under the cloak, the hood that he's wearing. You can see the outcropping of a face, but it is very translucent, and it kind of like shocks you a little bit. Like, you know there's a face there, but you cannot see like a race, a color, or anything. It's just almost translucent, except for a pair of eyes that, for the moment, are just a very amberish hue, and looks at you, Nezran, on the ground as you're laying there and says, I have it on good authority that somebody led you to these stones, and I aim to find out who, for if any of us interfered with, well, mortal workings, I should say, they would be in a very large amount of trouble. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that stone back to where you want, to do with what you want. If I find out you've spoken to a Shera, you will be the first to go. Do you understand? His eyes are blazing red at this point.
I'm not scared of you.
Oh,
I've faced worse than you. I used to serve gods. I used to be
Nezran,
someone
I
important.
think this is where
And-
I think this is where
and-
we
I know what darkness is, and you're not it.
shut the fuck up.
he puts his hand over your mouth mid-speech, Nezran, like grabbing onto your skull,
Don't bite him, idiot.
and his hand misshapes and forms into almost what looks like a dragon around your face, and he rips you out from under the sailors. You take 4 damage as he does this, because the sailors don't move. They are basically solid objects, and he lifts you up in front of his face and says, you may have faced darkness, but I am the darkness you entered. I am that evil.
Can I hear this?
Yeah, you're
I
fully
hear him
present.
say that. I have my gun kind of ready to pull, and then I just slowly put it right back down into the pistol.
Can I say a prayer?
Under your breath?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Almighty Argentine, we really need your
Flint,
help.
give me while you're doing that, give me a religion check.
Okay.
And then Candyman, without even looking at you, while still holding Nezran point blank around the skull, he doesn't even look at you, and he says, that was a good choice.
I'm like a little ashamed because I'm doing my exact opposite of my nature, and I've just kind of put my head down because I have a little fear, and I'm not sure how to express it, and I just kind of tip my hat down so you can't see my eyes a little
Time
bit.
for you to pop out of nowhere. Amen.
What did you get?
I got a 16.
Okay. Here's what happens with a 16. You're in this frozen timescape, and he is holding Nezran point blank up by the face. And you hear in this frozen timescape thunder rolling which is odd because there's nothing happening and the time is frozen.
That's odd.
This person looks up, looks around at the sky, and looks back at you, Nezran, and says, I won't forget. And neither will you. And then he disappears, time goes back the way it should, and you fall, Nezran, back onto the ground. And Gunnar Teach, with his sword still out, says, what the devil was that?
The power of prayer, my friend.
I don't know. Just get us away from here. Just go.
All right, I've got, a plot laid out, so we'll get home as soon as we can. And you continue to sail all the way back to Ardania. I'm going to let you all get a full rest, obviously, because it is a while back. And I will say that you don't run into much trouble on the seas, mostly because one of the major players of the sea, the Kraken, is in Yagong right now.
Ego.
Yes, thank you. So not much goes on without the Kraken knowing. But yeah, you all get a full rest, and you make it back to Ardania. Is there anything you want to do on the ship prior to arriving to Ardania?
I would like to say a prayer of thanksgiving and eat a tuna sandwich.
Well, of course you get a
100%.
100%. Lime tuna sandwich.
I would like to do one of the sailors.
Wesley, Eros, the sailor you boned in the cots before, just like is looking around, can't see you in the group, and it's just like, aw, and then goes back.
I'll go up to Gunnar Teach, and I'll. Where's he at right now? Where's
He was
Gunnar
the
Teach?
sailor.
He's at the helm.
He's at the helm. I'll kind of make my way up. He is the sailor. You boned Gunnar Teach. You boned the captain. I'll make my way up. I'm pretty sure I'm still covered in some kind of bandages from getting better. And I'll approach him and I'll thank you for everything and your help. Our task that we're doing, it's important, and I know you care about your country, and I know you care about, well, he seemed like a son to you.
That he was, lad. That
But
he
what
was.
we're
That
doing
he is.
Is
And it
important,
is.
so thank you.
But I can't keep him on the ship forever, now can I?
Well, you could, actually. I actually know a spell you could do.
Well, I'm not a monster, mind you. I'm not a helicopter parent. No, am I?
Right.
So I wouldn't do that.
Sorry.
Eh.
Grew up
That's how
different
you
sort of
grew up?
values there. I grew up in a total theocracy, absolute.
Argentall's hell, lad. You can't. They just locked you in.
Something like that. It wasn't. It was a lot of like blinding pure faith, white light, follow the blazing
Fuck's
trail,
sake.
burn all evil. It's it's a little crazy. Yeah.
Well, I know
And,
the
that's why-
Asmar have a crazy life. That'd be true. That'd be
they
true.
do. They absolutely do. Yeah. You should have seen my friend. Oh, yeah, he was crazy. Yeah. He once slaughtered an entire village because they wouldn't bow to Bahamut. Yeah, nuts.
And with that, he goes, "It's mighty interesting." And then he faces the helm again,
Wow.
just like out front of the boat. He's like, well, thanks anyway for taking care of him and whatnot.
Right,
And,
right.
Appreciate it. And,
Absolutely, yeah. You know, my first time. It's been a while since I've talked to people and tried to
Hey,
Can I say
here's
something?
an
have
idea.
friends.
Maybe
and
stop that.
Stuff.
Can I say something?
Sure.
You gotta do better. You gotta
yes.
read a book or something. Because that's not how you talk to people.
Oh,
Don't
You gotta,
tell him
God.
to read books. He won't learn how to talk to people if he's talking to paper. That's just common knowledge.
Right. Okay. Where did I go wrong in that?
Telling me about the slaughter.
When you open your
Oh,
mouth,
yes.
sweetheart.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah. Sorry. Not a. Okay. All right. Well.
Don't get me wrong.
Fine.
I've had some times in my heyday, but I don't go around telling people about that mishap.
Right. So, and I just like there's a really awkward silence between me and Gunnar, and I go, bye, and then I just walk away.
Candyman, do you do anything?
I kind of over the edge of the is it a boat or a ship?
It's a ship.
I'm over the edge of the ship, and I'm reloading my guns, but I'm hanging over, but I'm kind of in a daze because I'm not sure what I just saw. And I've never had that kind of fear before. And I'm not sure what's going to happen next. So I'm kind of just looking over. Not sure what to do.
Excellent. I love that. Cool. Yeah, and you guys finish out your journey in a couple days.
That's called
you don't know.
Sorry.
And we have to listen to Flint just munch on tuna for like 4 days.
I can wait.
Aggressively chewing, not even cooked tuna, raw tuna, and not even like sashimi, like not even sushi grade tuna, like just they picked the
Full of
tuna
mercury.
up, chopped its head off, ripped its skin off, and then just threw it to
No,
Flint.
no,
And
no,
it's-
no, no, no. You
And there's a
gotta keep
baguette,
the
and it's
skin
just-
on, or you don't have
It's still
any
dripping
flavor.
blood.
If you re-click,
So you're eating the scales too?
Of course I am. That's
that's the
how
most
you eat
nutritious
fish.
part. Yeah. Cool. So as you
But thank
guys
you.
see Ardania in the distance, as you recall, it is a land shrouded by a magical mist, so that only those that know where it is can get there. As you roll up toward the docks, it almost looks as if it's sunny out through the mist wall. But you can see waiting for you at the docks is Eros Eladrin with his cohort, Gotti. And as you pull up to the docks, Eros, do you say anything?
I'm a princess, bitch.
I think I'm like
Do you
running
believe
up,
it?
I'm running up to the side of the ship and I'm just like waving. I'm so happy to see
Hello.
Arrows. I'm just
You hear the fiend
I'm
inside
so
of you
overwhelmed.
go.
Okay, this is too much joy. Calm down. Please, this hurts me. I don't know how that
Can I
hurts.
can I shoot off? Can I prestidigitate some fireworks?
Absolutely.
I think in my head I just sent back to Ahiz. I'm like, you let me have this. Damn it, you let me have
Is this
this.
what joy feels like? I hate it. I hate this.
Yeah,
I hate this so
well,
much.
you know what? We've been miserable for a really long time. It's we need this, okay? We need this.
Got it. All right, cool.
So Wesley is shooting off the fireworks. I was in the hull of the ship with my sandwich. So I get up and I
With
go,
your still alive tuna sandwich. There's gotten to a point where your hunger has gotten so voracious that they're
It's
just
just raw
throwing
fish.
live tuna at you.
so I grab my
Good God,
sandwich.
Gollum. Calm down.
I grab my
And
sandwich.
they're throwing baguettes down there too. They're like,
Keep him satiated, lads. So you guys, dock the boat, tie it up, and they put the.
I didn't get to finish my fireworks thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you did. You finished
No,
it.
I didn't. So
That's right. We said that you were devouring live tuna in the hull of the ship like a monster.
yeah, so anyway, what really happens is Wesley shoots off some fireworks and I'm in the hull of the ship and I hear the fireworks and I get real angry because I was eating my peaceful tuna sandwich and I storm up and I go, "What the hell was that?" Oh. Hi, I guess.
You guess.
And yeah, I run over
Jeez.
to Flint and I just like slap him on the shoulder and I go, "It's Eros.
Did
it's
you
our
realize
companion."
it's morning?
Bow. I'm motherfucking royalty.
Oh,
And I think,
good.
like, there's-
just what we need.
And
Another
I
princess.
think that there's like still an innate sense of me with all the hierarchy that I've had to endure that I hear that and I go, "Yes, Your Majesty," and I just like immediately
Not.
bow.
I just like. I have like a scepter. I hit you, not you. I'm talking about him.
A beautiful new magic scepter.
You've
Got
known
it.
me
With a
for a
heavy-ass
really
gold
long
ball at
time,
the end.
arguably.
It has two balls.
Of course, it has two balls. Gotti
You've known
looks at
me
you.
for a really long time, and I think you know by
Like
now
3
that I bow
months.
for no one, not even Argental.
You hear
makes
some
you a
thunder
really-
on this really sunny day.
Fuck. Okay. All right.
Maybe that's why he doesn't really help you.
Got him.
Maybe if you like actually respected your god,
I just
he would
lean
be
to my.
inclined to help.
I don't need God
I just
advice
lean
from
over to
Demon
my-
Boy. I don't need it.
Who do I have with me? God.
Gotti. He's
I just
Your
lean
Majesty,
over.
you're
It's like,
making a
do
scene.
I
You are making a scene.
do I have to take this from little man over
You
here?
do not have to take anything from anybody, Your Highness.
Can you take him
Of
away?
course I can. He starts to like make for Flint, and like he like
God.
takes out rope and he says, "Are you going to come quietly or?"
Oh, okay. No, I
Oh,
didn't.
no?
I didn't. Okay,
Oh.
you don't need to leash him. No,
But
I
the
just
lazy
meant
order? Okay.
guide him
Oh,
away.
of course, Your Majesty. Please stay away from His Highness.
Under my breath, I go like, "Holy shit, God, he goes hard." Holy
I
shit.
always go hard. Yes, always. Why is this? Is that weird?
Candy.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird, man.
Eros, you say
That's the
candy.
demon boy.
Candy Band, do you say anything?
I'm still in a little bit of a stupor, and I kind of look, and I go, "Yeah, I'm still dazed."
It's good to see you.
Gunnar looks at
I
you,
take a second
Eros,
and
and
I
says, "Oh,
I shake my head and I go, "Oh, hey, how you doing, fuck boy?"
How you doing, Harry Potter? How you doing?
classic fucking."
say-
Candy
Doing just
Band.
fine. Just doing
I'm
doing
sorry,
fine.
I've
Candyman.
been in my head a lot, but maybe I can get in yours sometime. And I pat him on the back. And
Nope. Absolutely the
Perfect.
fuck not. Do not say that out loud. Jesus Christ.
Rekindling.
I lean over to Gotti. I'm like, verbal contract is law in this land, right?
Yes, Your Majesty. Most of the time. Most of the time in most places. Yes.
Okay,
And
that's all I need to know.
classic rekindling of a relationship flame. Cool. So they lay the plank down. You all dismount the boat, and you see as you're getting off the boat, running down from the palace is Grem, the servant, and he is very out of breath. And he says, "Oh, Your Highness. Oh, you're all here too. Good. Oh, perfect timing.
And you are.
Graham! Oh, that's right. So good to see you.
Graham,
Yes, sir.
what are you doing?
I'm here. They've summoned you at the castle.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They've summoned us at
Yes.
the castle.
All of
of
us,
you.
or just me?
All of you. I
Oh,
was
Well,
supposed to get you to the
Graham-
castle, but then also wait for them to arrive. Oh, but pass.
Well, you better tell them that we're here. And then I shoot off an Eldritch Blast at his
he
feet.
jumps and says, "Yes, sir," and he starts
Hey,
running.
wait, Graham,
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir.
Graham.
Yes,
Graham.
Your Highness. Yes.
Okay, you don't take orders from Nezran.
Well, I have to listen to Nezran.
And I give him a fucking death stare. I'm like,
I don't want.
Graham.
I don't want to
Eldritch
die,
Blast
sir.
Nezran.
you can't Eldritch Blast.
Do you know Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. What do I do to him?
Which bolt?
I have a cantrip for
You
this,
can
I'm sure.
cantrip me. You can probably magic missile me for sure.
I prestidigitate just like a slap on the face, just like
Good.
it's like Nezran, you cannot Eldritch Blast my servant.
I can do whatever I want. Graham.
Okay, Graham, tell
sir.
them we're
Yes,
on
Your
our way.
Highness.
We're on our way back. We'll be there soon.
He has not stopped like running in place since he arrived. He's like, "Oh,
Okay, run
yes, Your
back.
Highness, yes," and he starts running back up the hill to let them know
wanna-
that you're here.
I want to like call out to Graham. And it's like, do you still have that coin I gave you?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do. I have the coin.
Good. Okay, all right.
Oh,
He takes it out of his pocket as he's running up the hill and like holding it and waving it over his head.
I want Gotti to say something, but
This is normal to me now. This is my everyday with you, Your Highness. This is nothing
I know. Not here 5 minutes and they've already Eldritch Blast the help.
You
Is
notice
Graham
everybody
your-
around the docks
is
has just
Graham
been like
your servant?
watching.
He serves my castle.
No, Grem
he
is
serves
actually the
the-
servant of who am I thinking of? King
the king.
Jacob Mormont III.
Yeah, King Jacob.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jacob, if you're listening, shout out, bro.
Shout out indeed.
Am I like borrowing his castle for the time
While
being?
you're here, you're basically like a royal like guest.
Oh, then never mind.
I mean, he's a king too, so
That's true, but I feel like I would rather give him orders. I thought it was
He's very
my
orderable,
castle.
very.
oh my
Very
god,
great energy.
fucking high elf superiority setting in, dude.
So yeah, Wesley, I
It's
will.
great to see all of you.
I will give you this opportunity if you want to kind of explain, how you went to Frival and then ended up here. If you want.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. So, here's what happened. Okay. So, here's what happened. Well, there's a war going on, and so I was brought back to Frival to aid in the war. Unbeknownst to me, I am the heir apparent to the throne. So, I am the prince of Frivola, and I'm also supposed to be the prince of Andia, which is like our neighboring.
Andia, so your Highness.
Andia.
Andia,
What is
with,
it?
with an A.
I said that.
No, you said India. I don't know what
I
that
said
is.
Andia.
Yes, that is good. That is perfect.
Andia.
Yes. And Frival, yes.
With the Taj Mahal.
Aaron.
With
In
the Taj
India.
Mahal. Yes, one of the great monuments of Frival, the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, I know where we are.
Of
God,
India.
Jeez. I got here and I told them about y'all, and I was like, hey, I've got some kick-ass friends that can do a good job.
They are so kick-ass, yes.
Yes, thank you. Gotti.
Thank you.
And
Got
You welcome.
and so I also noticed that there was some enslavement, I guess is a way to put it, of elves and wizards who had attuned magic, and they were being used by the government of Andia.
Well, Your Majesty, anybody that uses magic, Andia basically, to a certain extent,
Well,
enslaves
yes,
them.
it's now, it's spread to anyone with magic. And also, there is a refugee crisis happening in the lands now because people are trying to escape from there to here, and they are, it's a war. It's anything you would see in a war, and it's no fun, but
That's how
you
people
know.
describe war. It's just no fun. It's
not fun.
a
You know,
real
I thought
bummer,
being
some would say.
Yeah, I got to have a cool dance and a dinner for like a day, and then they're like, by the way, you're the prince and there's a war. And I'm like, oh great. I also observed all the lands to see what kind of a state we're in. It's pretty bad.
After 200 years, your homeland would be decrepit too. He looks at each of you, and it's just like very sullen the way he's looking right now.
Yeah, it's like who decided to not invest in infrastructure with these things?
Well, we have to invest in weapons and people and soldiers and armies.
Well, if they don't have anything to do, if they don't have a road to march on. Anyway, this is another thing too. I'm gonna reorder the fucking finances here.
Very exciting, Your Highness. Shall we make way for the castle?
Yes, let's go to the castle.
Let's do it.
Excellent.
Let's do it. Let's go. to the castle.
And you make your way up.
Hold it. How am I getting to the castle?
I
toddling.
have provided a pony.
a small pony, a very small pony. Yes.
I have taken the time meticulously to creep down to the hold where you have slept and fished out the carcasses of all the dead tuna that you have pieced it upon, and I've made a fucking sleigh for you to ride on.
a fishbone sleigh.
No, I
Fishbone
ride the
sleigh.
pony bareback.
You
With
ride the pony.
All the heads are intact.
Sure.
And it's just the the
Okay,
spines
well,
in and
Nezran, we
out.
appreciate the effort, but I would much rather have him go into my
wait.
palace
Wait, Your
on
Highness.
a pony.
Wait, Your Highness. Let me sit in it. Hold on 1 second. Ah, fuck. It's pointy. It's very pointy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
That's
no.
all the bones. Sorry, Gotti.
It sucks. This is terrible.
We'll leave that there for
Yeah, we'll leave that there. I kick it over the side of the road.
And then I summon a very small and kind of gimpy looking pony.
Wait, you summon Steve?
No. I just have him with
Oh,
me,
you
so
just
I
have him
just
'cause you're royalty. Yeah, sure.
I
That's
Because you're
I I knew they were coming, and I was like, I don't need to have Flint complaining the whole time, so I
Sure.
have a pony.
Absolutely.
So, and I bring him, and I was like, his name's Wilbur. He's kind of mean.
Wilbur.
kind of mean.
Flint,
Wilbur. That's
me-
definitely a buttercup.
no, it's Wilbur. Give me an animal handling, Flint.
Oh no.
I swear to God, I hope he treats you like that
Oh,
fucking
no.
goose treated me. I hope he does.
Well, hold on. This is not that bad.
It's Wilbur. He's kind of
19?
mean.
With a 19, Wilbur looks at all of the towering people around him, except for you, Flint, and just gives you a little, and then kind of like bows a little bit, like gesturing for you to hop on because you are like roughly the same height as him.
Thank you
Do you want a saddle? I brought a saddle.
Oh, he's saddled. He's fully saddled.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay, he's
okay.
saddled.
I
Yeah.
thought I was doing
He's
very well.
armored too. Like this is a war
Sure.
pony.
No,
War pony.
you can't. You can't ride him bareback. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. So
He's a war
you all
pony.
make your way up to the castle. Obviously, standing at the front of the gate. Thank you. Obviously, standing at the front of the gate is Hal, who has a very broad smile on her face. And she says, "Welcome back. It is so good to see all of you again. I feared the worst when we heard what had happened in Yigong."
I'll
I
go
want
up
a
to them.
pony.
That you are, Flint. That
Literally,
you are.
as I'm walking towards Hal, I look back and I go, "Yes, Flint, you're on the pony. I built you a tuna flat. I built you a tuna boat, but you're
Tuna
on the
sleigh.
pony.
I'm
All right,
on a
tuna sleigh. You're
pony.
on the boat. And then I'll bring up the bag of holding, and then I'll
Not here. Not here.
Yeah, I'd put that away if I were you.
We are
there.
not the shrine yet. If you bring that out, I fear what will happen.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, remember Mr. Death Fingers?
Mr. Deathfinger?
Yeah, Death Fingers?
What are you talking about?
Some amber-eyed fuck in a cloak came up and tried to make some business on the boat, but it's okay. I took care of him.
What did he... Amber eyes? What did he look like?
Well, he had a hood, right? And then he also...
Oh, so you couldn't see his face.
I said
His-
he had a hood
Hmm.
and bony fingers that turned into dragon claws.
Dragon claws.
His face, I saw its face. It didn't look like anything. And then it grabbed me and it hoisted me up into the air, easily 10 feet. And I felt scales and I saw claws and talons.
Fascinating.
Hi,
Oh,
Hal.
No,
How's it going?
terrifying
Well,
is what it was.
We have some people here waiting for us. We can talk about that at length later, I suppose. That sounds terrifying. Are you all right?
We're fine.
Is
Just-
Hal the door lady, or is she
Hal
something
is
more?
the leader of the Silent
How's the-
Sentinels.
fucking
Oh, that's
like,
right. I
level
remember.
20 silent sentinel.
I didn't
you don't
say
know
that
what
out
level
loud.
she is, but
we
you
don't know what
assume
level
she's
she
very
is.
powerful.
I
Um,
assume that I assume.
Did I
So-
miss the name?
How?
No, you got it.
Yeah.
Ow.
Candyman, she looks at you and she says, "Candy, you look rather shaken up. Are you all right?"
You know, usually I just kind of act on things. And I've never seen anything that's shaken me to the core.
Haven't you fought like a giant glass minotaur or something like that?
It's,
I look at Nezaran for
This was something-
like, did I do that? Did I do that? Did I do that?
and I take a moment and I just like, yeah, Candy, like, and you killed it. Literally, like,
I
you were the
killed
one.
it. Killed it.
Yeah, you killed
And it was scarier than that?
And I'm the one with dementia.
And we both look and we go like, a lot
I'm
scarier.
saying
my.
it's shooken me, and I don't think I know who I am anymore.
Candy, would you like to pet the pony?
Hal laughs and says, "Yes, a good pony pet might do you some good, Candy. But okay, in the meantime, we do have
Scared
a
of
feast.
horses?
We do have a feast ready for you, and we also have some people for you to meet. Right this way." And she leads you into the throne room. Let me go ahead and change some stuff here.
I whispered to Eros, real quick, Nesran's not so good with people right now. You might want to charm a person, if you know what I mean.
Do I overhear this?
Give me a perception check.
Okay, let me pull that up here 1 sec. Perception. That's gonna be a. Oh, I rolled really high on that. What's my modifier?
-1.
Oh, that's a 19. That's a 19.
And I'll turn to Flint and say, I'll believe that when I see it. And I walk away.
Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you.
So you all enter Ardania Castle, and the map is a little zoomed in. So if you want to zoom out, it'll give you a better picture of what the throne room kind of looks like. In the center of the throne room, it's just laden with pillars all around the room, around the outcropping of the room. In the center now is a very large marble table that has seemingly come out of the ground to rise up, which is super neat. It was not here before. Off to the side, you see Grem kind of sitting, catching his breath near a table full of food and drink, water, ale, you name it. Wine is there, 100%.
There's greens, beans,
Yes.
Wait.
potatoes,
Why
tomatoes.
are we eating in the throne room?
I will describe why in a minute. So not only is Grem catching his breath by the table, you also see Gundren, who is kind of just filling a plate full of food, who sees you all come in, and he waves hello and says, "Oh, it's good to see you all back. It's so good."
Feel like Graham would be like, "Don't take all the cold cuts."
And
I look over at Grandma. I go, "You fucking save pepperoncini for me."
So, of course, sir. Of course. And you not only see that, but the table in the very center of the room that I said rose out of the floor, you see a grouping of people sitting around it, including, Jacob Mormon III, with his son Kit Mormon behind him. They are all just talking. It's not really it doesn't seem like a very jolly occasion at all. But as you enter the room, they all turn to look at you, and you see a variety of different people. And Hal says, "I would like to introduce you all to some very influential people that have been waiting to meet you for some time. I will start on the left and work my way around the table. First, we have Lady Alcota Silverhand of the Harper's faction. You see a very tall, dark-skinned human woman with long, flowing white hair and beautiful silvery blue armor. And then hewn in the center of the armor is the insignia of a harp. Standing with her is Sister Garail, which you probably don't remember who Sister Garail is, but you met her first in Phandalin alongside Malik Baldwin. Malik Baldwin, that's right. Alongside them is Sir Jarsanop Nyleaf of the Order of the Gauntlet. And you see a very broad-shouldered individual with a large mustache, slicked back hair, and a fur cape stoically that is looking each of you up and down without moving his head. On his leather gauntlets sits an insignia of an armored fist holding a blade. And Darren Ettermath, who I think most of you will remember, is with him in actually full regaled armor.
He's in armor?
Yeah, and if you remember correctly, he's retired. So he's just fully decked out in armor. With the same insignia donning the pauldrons of the armor.
What was his class and everything?
You don't know
his class? No, never mind.
You don't know. Next, we have Lord Hobie Neverember of the Lord's Alliance faction. you see a blue-hewn water genasi adorned in very fine silk and jewels, and he bows his head in reverence to you. Standing behind him is Malik Baldwin, of course, who you, I believe, do know is a member of the Harpers.
Yes. As well as
Good.
Warlock.
I bow to them too.
Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna be full-on respectful bow. Yeah.
And last but not least, of course, we have Raspy Torenbow of the Emerald Enclave faction. And you see like a really scraggly young half-elf that is dressed in furs. It seems to be almost like half asleep in a chair. Jostles up, makes eye contact with all of you, and then gives a very guttural, almost animalistic grunt. And behind him stands Hamrick, and the only person here, I believe, who's met Hamrick on the airship to Phandalin was Candyman.
Well, no, Hamrick was the old
And
weirdo in the closet, right? Yeah,
Yes.
we all met
yeah,
him.
actually,
because
yeah.
we all followed
We all met him.
Candy into that room.
Yeah.
That's right.
And he was a dick to me.
And as you see Hamrick standing with Raspy Torenbow, he looks at all of you and he coughs up what seems to be some leaves without breaking eye contact. And like that's how they greet you, I guess. And then towards
Coughing up what?
Leaves.
some leaves and
okay.
twigs. And up at the front of the table, obviously, King Jacob Mormon III sits there and he says, "And of course, you know me, King Jacob Mormon III, ruler of Ardania and keeper of the Silent Sands." Just in case you forgot. He gives you all a very deep bow, just like so deep, like almost touching the floor.
His nose pushes against the floor.
When he's
Very
not looking,
deep,
I bow
and-
my butt first to him. No, I'm just kidding.
Of course. And Kit is just like so embarrassed at how deep this bow is, and he's like, "Oh my god, Dad, stop." And Hao says, "Each of them has come here seeking, well, your fellowship within their factions." And Darren Edermath actually slams a mug full of ale on the table and says, "Don't be modest, Hao. Listen, you crazy bastards. Everybody here came together to join forces and try to defeat whatever the hell these Warforged are on every front. We've all heard how you took down a Titan and got away with your lives. Each group here wants you on their team, basically. Is that true? You took down a Titan?"
Candy, did we take down the Titan? I mean, us, the son, the premier son of Hustan. Who else could take down the Titan, right?
They all give me a performance check, and then Wesley, you
Yes.
raised your fan hand.
Whenever.
What do you have a question?
No, I have a statement.
Oh, okay.
Whenever Scott's done.
Actually, do it with advantage.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, so that first one's a 15. That second one's a 2. So we're gonna go with a 15. That's a 19.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Sure. So like you say that, and everybody kind of shoots their glances at Candyman, and they're all kind of like whispering in low hushed tones to each other. And Edermath says, "I, the person who rescued T-Hoss in our presence." And he gives you a
Thank
pat on
you.
the back, Candyman.
We took down what was in front of us, but we don't know what lies ahead.
Aye, that you did. Can't believe you took
Oh.
down a Titan, lad.
Titan's
That's no
one
small
thing.
feat.
But a god's another.
When you say that, Hao interrupts, Jarsanat interrupts, and he says, "Darren, calm yourself. But yes, the old man has the gist of it. We are each vying for your approval, I suppose." And then
What did we do?
you fought a Warforged Titan and
Yeah.
won and rescued T-Hoss and
Yeah.
made
Did
it,
we?
made it
Yes,
out of a
we
war
also
zone.
fought a fucking
in
demigod
Yigong.
and won.
There was water.
Like,
There was
well, we
water.
fought a god
there was
and
lots
won,
of
okay?
water.
Like,
there
not just
was
a
a
demigod.
spider in another. And then there was the room with the mirror.
He hears Edermath hears you, Flint, and says, "Oh, it seems like your mind is still going." And he laughs really hard.
I have dementia!
And he shoves a drink right at you, Flint, and says, "It's all right. Nothing a little mead
And
can't
I go, those curse my
I agree.
Argentall.
Thank you very much.
Praise be it.
Praise be indeed."
Are that way. Yes.
Alcoda from the Harper stands up and says, "We could all use people like you among our rank, heroes and the like." And then Hobie from the Lord's Alliance stands up and says, "Here. No, wait, that's not his voice. Hold on one second. I gotta pick so many different fucking voices. Hobie stands up and says, "Here. Then Raspy stands up while Hobie stands up, kind of mimicking him, and just like grunts. He just grunts. He doesn't say words. And then Hamrick comes up from behind him and says, "And you better pick mine, because it's the bee's
I
knees."
haven't had a chance to talk.
You.
Bees
I am
have
a
knees,
damn
you know.
prince, and I haven't.
Oh, but of course, Your Highness, says
Thank you.
Hal. What
I've
would
prepared
you
a
like to
PowerPoint.
say? What
Just
is
look at the
a
screen.
PowerPoint.
So
There's a
I've just-
screen? What am I looking at? What is sorcery?
I just have like crudely drawn crayon photos of the whole team.
On like big,
Johnny's holding them, and he's
pieces
like,
of slate,
Yeah, it's like-
on
Graham
big,
is holding
like
them.
black granite.
First
Gotti and Graham are just
up,
holding him.
Nezran. Super cool. Eldritch blast the fuck out of things. Number 2, Flint. Flinty Flint.
Yeah.
Flint is an old, grumpy man who can't climb stairs. And finally, Candyman saved
And you
Tejas.
have a tiny
That's the
penis.
team. We're right for the
No.
job. I can manage them. My name is Eros. Thank you for hearing me today.
They all clap a little bit.
I said thank you for
Just like little
hearing
ball
me
claps.
today.
They just start
I
clapping
said thank you for
harder.
hearing me.
Yeah.
Damn.
I shoot off like I go, yes, Your Majesty, yes.
That has been my PowerPoint.
How says thank you so much.
Wow.
Nez,
such
thank you so
power.
much,
So
Eros.
many
That was-
points.
Eros, that was wonderful. Thank
Damn
you.
right it was.
Normally, we would have a representative from the Zentarum, but, well, you remember their betrayal in Prath. You don't have to pick right now, obviously, but I urge you to ask questions and think carefully about with whom your morals align with the most. They will be helpful in each of their own rights.
What the fuck is this? Rush Week?
I
I've already
suppose you could call
joined.
it. That you've already
Yeah.
joined a group? Who have you joined?
The Lord's Alliance.
Lord Hobie Never Ember looks at you and says, "Oh, I did not know. Yes, we can get the paperwork started right
I
away.
submitted
of course."
paperwork. Like,
Gotti says, "I'm sorry, Your Highness. I have not had time to submit it. You've had me running errands back and
I
forth.
signed
back
those
and
on
forth.
like date. I signed those
but
on like
yes,
day
here's
2.
the paperwork." He takes out like just a jumbled mess of papers, and he just like walks over to Hobie to submit.
Where's
them.
my plume?
And Hobie says, "Right, we will get this processed right away."
Well, either way, I'm with you guys. So,
Of course, this is a joyous occasion. We must celebrate. He starts pouring more drinks. But on top of that, House says, "Oh, well, with that and that being said, you must all pick one at some point. We've made a deal to join forces of each of the remaining 4 factions to fight the Warforged, and you were all part of the agreement. And before you change your mind and think nothing of it, here is, well, your first down payment." And each of you receives on the table, you see pretty much just a big sack of money, just big sack of gold, 1,200 apiece.
Holy ball sack!
I don't get that because I'm a prince now, right?
You do. You do
Oh,
get
shit.
that. Your Highness, you do not have access to
Oh.
the royal treasury right now, and quite frankly, it is quite barren.
What
Oh, well,
the
good to
fuck?
know. Why are we spending all this money on so many eggs in the morning? Jeez.
But each of you gets 1,200 gold pieces. And then as you see the gold and people are starting to gather and think about getting some food and stuff like that, Hal also says, after we are done celebrating, you may each go back to your respective rooms in the castle. They've been kept neat and tidy. And of course, we will be bringing the materia to the shrine later. But in the meantime, feast, be merry. And as soon as she says that, Kit appears next to you, Nezran, and says, no time. And he grabs you, Nezran, and you are gone. You are gone from the party.
What?
And you, Nezran, by yourself, poof into the shrine of Jergal, where you are supposed to submit the materia.
No,
He says,
God! Boy!
Not
do that again!
Sorry, I had to. I literally had to. This needs to be done. I don't know when the cataclysm is happening. All I know is that it's the end of the world. That's all I know. And I feel like
Do you know what we used to do to people who put people back in my homeland?
What are you gonna do?
We used to burn them at the stake.
Ooh,
like we burned everyone to stake.
Nezran, he slaps you. Get a hold of yourself. Make a perception check really quick.
Meanwhile, back at where we're at, there's like goop all over the floor from where he was poofed. Oh, can somebody get Consuelo?
Goop?
Poof goop. Yeah. Poof goop, yeah. Magic poof goop.
That's
What
a 13,
happens if
sir.
I eat the goop?
With a 13, you look at Prince Kit Mormon, and he just looks ragged. Like he hasn't slept. Like he has just been up for days. And Kit looks at you and says, okay, I need you to put, what color is the stone?
It's boy.
What?
It's green.
It's green? Great. Okay, come over here. And he goes over to the, what?
Boy, you're tired.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Of course, I can't sleep. I have to decipher this. I have to know what's going to happen.
You have to decipher this?
Yes.
This is waited for thousands of years.
Yeah, and we probably won't be here thousands more if we don't get this done.
Boy, stop lying to me. I've spoken to gods and devils, and you will not lie to me.
He slaps you again. Get a hold of yourself. Take out the stone. Put it in this slot right here. And he points to a slot in the upper right-hand corner of the Shrine of Jergal. Put that stone right here. I'm gonna step back. All right.
Fine.
Nezran, reach into the bag and roll me a d8.
That's gonna be 6.
With a 6,
I blow up.
No. You reach in and you grab what you wanted. So you'll grab the materia.
You grab a dildo.
Oh yeah, because it's cursed, you asshole.
Give me. Go ahead and give me a. What do I want here? A wisdom saving throw. Oh, with advantage, I should say.
Thank God. Okay, that's not much better, but whatever. That's gonna be an 11.
With an 11, okay, yeah. You start to hear the voices whispering in your head that you heard a while back, being in the presence of the materia. You start to crack the crown open with your necrotic hand.
With my bacon hands?
With your bacon hands, necrotic hands.
With my bacon necrotic hands.
To get at the materia so that you can place it in the statue. And you can hear the fiend kind of like...
You can hear your hands frying like bacon.
In semi-agonizing pain in your head. He's not saying anything, but you can hear it.
I can sense his discomfort.
Yes.
For sure.
And you manage to get it out of the crown and place it in the spot on the shrine where it's supposed to go. And the entire statue lights up brilliantly with the stone that you put in there previously and like this bluish green beautiful hue. Not only that, the space where you all procured magic items and weapons when you put the first stone in there starts to light up, but not as bright as before. Kit goes over to the pedestal in front of the shrine that he manipulated before to get you guys magic items, and he starts pressing button.
Boy, what are you doing?
And he goes, hush, wait, hold on, 1 second. And then once he presses the big button in the center after messing with some things on the pedestal, the light disappears from the bottom portion of the statue where the items would appear, and you see writing appear on the side of the statue where you, Nezran, put the materia. Give me an Arcana check or a History check.
Either one, whichever one's higher.
Sure.
Or decide which one. I mean, I can do either one. I'm okay.
Whatever's
with
higher
either
for you.
one. Yeah, we're gonna go with Arcana. That's gonna be a 22.
22. These are words of power that you are seeing appear on the statue. You know that these are magic words that you can speak to make a spell happen. You do not know what language this is.
Fuck.
Yeah, you have no idea what language this is in. Kit runs up to the statue and starts like running his fingers over the language and touching it.
Stop touching these things. It doesn't always end well, okay? Just please stop.
Listen, Nezran, this is another piece. This is another piece of the puzzle. And with this, I can get closer to an answer. I can
You are
rest
treading too
now.
close to gods, boy. You are treading too close to gods.
It's fine.
And I know what happens when you do.
Hey, listen to me. I'm just gonna like lay here now, and I'm gonna take a little nap. I'm gonna take a little nappy nap, okay? I'm just taking a nap. He stops touching the statue and he like kind of like lays down. You see him like pull from like a crevice near the statue a little blanket and a little pillow, and like he just starts to like.
Boy, does your father know about this?
Yeah, he's cool. He knows. He's got it.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's hip with it.
Cool.
Yeah. No, we're good.
Oh my God.
We're good. Listen,
You are not responsible,
no.
young man. You are not responsible.
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is the least I can do with you guys. You're going out there and risking your lives. Anyway.
Do you need water? Do you need food? What's happening? Tell me.
What? No, I'm good, man. Listen, you go back upstairs to the party. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna take a little snooze, and we'll connect later. We'll connect later, okay? I'm gonna take a nap. And he just like conks the fuck out. And that is what happens at the party. Nezran, you find yourself standing over the sleeping body of Prince Kit Mormont as Grem comes down and basically is like, oh my gosh, I'll take him up to his room. He should not be just knocked out down here.
I immediately tackle Grem.
Ah!
I charge up an Elder's Blast. You say one little word. You
No,
shit.
What? It's not like I think you did this, sir.
You don't?
No.
Oh.
He's been at it for days. He's been not sleeping. I've been bringing him, enchanted drink after enchanted drink just to keep him awake.
What do you mean he's been not sleeping? What's going on, Grem?
He's doing endless hours of research. I probably shouldn't be talking about this, sir.
No, you're gonna tell me right now.
Okay.
And then charge up the blast.
But no need for that, sir. He's just been doing countless hours of research, staying up for days at a time and going to sleep for maybe 4 or 5 hours in between.
That's not a very healthy sleep cycle, Greg.
It's really not.
No, it's really not. A growing boy needs his 8 hours.
I agree. He's at least, 60? Still but a boy.
What, he's 60 years old?
At least.
What?
Yeah. He's an elf, sir.
He's an...
Did you not notice the pointy ears?
No, I don't think I did, Graham. I don't look at people... I don't judge people based on their appearance, Graham.
Well, I thought that would be a dead giveaway, sir.
Is his father elfish, too? Am I just
Yes.
Oh, I am just missing a lot of things.
Oh, wow. He's an elf. Very young elf.
Ears. I don't see ears.
I don't see ears.
Yeah. Yikes.
Okay. Well, if in any case, I'll get him up to his room, sir. Would you like me to get you anything after I tuck the youngin into bed?
No, Gren, and I'm sorry for tackling you. How have things been here in the castle?
Pretty quiet here, sir. The king does his, day-to-day practicing with the foil and whatnot, and the prince stays up, does research, and how... Well, I don't really know what How does. I don't follow her around all too often, but
Come to think of it, I rarely see her around the castle very often.
Do you mean that she doesn't stay in the castle, or she?
Oh no, she stays in the castle. I just do not see her very often.
All right, good. Please take the prince up to his quarters and ensure. And I'll give him another coin, and I'll be like, actually lock him in his room this time to make sure that he doesn't get into any more trouble.
Well, I might get in a little trouble if I just lock him in his room,
I
sir.
don't care, Graham. What's more dangerous, the king or me?
Fair point, sir. And he, without even a heavy breath or a thought, just hoists this kid on top of his shoulders.
Graham, you've been working out.
With ease.
You've been doing some squats.
Oh, every day, sir.
400
400 squats.
400 squats.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god. Wow. All right.
400 squats, 400 sit-ups, 400 push-ups.
Are you jacked underneath that baggy robe, Graham?
Yes, sir. He actually hoists the boy onto one shoulder, and does that model, shirt lift, just tuck lift, and he's got, the deepest fucking V.
And they're just, cut. He's just
so
got,
cut.
It's oh my god. I'm seeing
an
Muhammad's
8-pack.
gaze again.
He's short. No, sorry. He's tall for his race, but, he's got an 8-pack still, which is, they almost touch his pecs. It's very unsettling.
Graham, I am both impressed and disgusted at the same time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, be gone.
Okay. And then he he rushes up the stairs, no sweat. Just no sweat carrying this kid.
Under my breath, I'm like, God, I'm out of shape. Did an item come out of the Shrine of Shurgal when we put the materia in? It did not. This one just was accepted, and then the boy took his rest.
Yeah, passed out. You do notice he did not futz around with the panel standing out front of the Shrine of Shurgal, which is what you would assume has something to do with it.
Can I go over and just kind of inspect the panel?
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a investigation check.
Okay, I need to pull that back up here. That is gonna be... Come on, Ezra. I am proficient in this.
Gross.
And I still rolled like dog shit. That's an
Hell
8.
yeah. That's what we love to hear. Makes the story super interesting.
Ooh, I love it.
You investigate the panel. It is a very large circular panel with many gem-like buttons with grooves running in between the stonework from gem to gem. It almost looks like a star chart, but you have no idea how this thing works.
Under my breath, I'm just like, Kit, you fucking nerd.
Yeah, no, for sure. You get the impression that it would take months, years to decipher how to use this thing.
I will quiet my mind and I'll dip down into my center and I'll try to commune with the Hees, and I'll say, Hees, does any of this look familiar to you? Do you know what this is?
Give me a religion check.
Oh, that's a 21.
21? You hear Hees quell from the depths of your mind say,
I may.
You may. God, don't be cute, Hees. You either know it or you don't.
Oh, you think I'm cute?
I don't think you're cute. I think that you're a parasite on my soul, and
Fair enough.
I wish I had never done whatever I did to put you in there, but here we
I do know how to use this pedestal, but I must warn you, now that we've put another one of the materia inside of the shrine, it will draw power from that materia, lessening the final use of what happens when we gather all of the materia.
I don't think I want to do that.
That being said, it might be a fair trade-off for what you get in the interim.
How selfish is Nisran?
That's a good question, Nezran. That's a good question. You're probably alone right now.
Oh God! And he's alone, and he's not. He's been on such a good track, though. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna roll. Do you have a D20 with you, sir?
I do have a D20.
Can you give me a blind D20 roll? If it's below 10, he attempts, and if it's above 10, his more angelic side wins out and he walks
Okay.
away.
Here we go.
I got an 11.
I take my hands off and go, "He's you sneaky bastard. I don't know what you're up to, but it's not going to work, at least not today." And I will march right out of there.
Perfect. Yeah, you head back up, and we'll fast forward through the rest of the banquet.
Mhm.
Drinking is had, food is had, servants back and forth through the kitchen. Smells of pies, pastries, meat, vegetables, the works throughout
I'll
the
go
whole
over,
night.
if there's a moment, I'll go over to King Jacob Wilmot and go, "Do you know your son has had a really hard time sleeping?
Yes, the inquiring mind never sleeps.
And you're okay with this? You're okay that your son is getting literally
course.
less than 4 hours of sleep a night?"
Of course I am. The inquiring mind never sleeps. I can think back to my old younger days of when I wouldn't sleep for sometimes weeks at a time back in my day.
Were you foiling? Were you fencing then too?
Oh no. This is in my later days. Something of a hobby of mine, and I'm quite good at it. And he picks up a baguette, which is just like rock hard, and it just like jabs you in 3 spots within a matter of a second. And it's like, I'm getting pretty good if I do say so myself.
You're really good. Do you want to come with us? Do you want to fight with us?
Oh no. I'm king of Ardania. I have to watch after my people, of course. Mind you, the shroud holds up at all hours of the day, but worse comes to worse, and they manage to break through the shroud. I must be up at the forefront of the forces, taking care of business, so to speak.
Yes, taking care of business every day.
Every day.
Your Majesty, what has Hal been doing?
He looks like he's about to answer, and then pauses for a moment, and then says, I haven't quite the faintest idea. I know she heads the operations for many of the missions that we send our soldiers out on, but other than that, I don't know. She has a room at the castle, of course. Other than, heading missions and healing people throughout the town from time to time, I don't see much of her. Why? Why do you ask?
I was just curious, Your Majesty. It seems that someone of such a distinguished role and of, as you said, a very high and important purpose should be seen at a fairly regular basis. When was the last time you saw her?
Well, to dinner tonight, obviously, but prior to that, let me think. Oh, I saw her at a local chapel of Argental, giving healing to the local townsfolk on one of my walkabouts.
So it's not like she's been just disappeared. She's not been gone.
Oh, sure, I don't know where she is at all hours of the day, and usually she's readily available when I call for her when I need something, but other than that, I haven't noticed anything peculiar.
That's good to know, Your Majesty, and with that, I'll take a bow. And I actually want to go out from the hall, and I want to go out to, the courtyard, and maybe just start to make my way down into the city proper.
Sure. It's definitely getting to be, I will say, about nighttime. So, there's torches lit everywhere. Inns still haven't closed yet. Bars still haven't closed yet. There are certain shops that are closing up, but you do notice some that are open.
Do I see candy in any of them?
Give me an investigation check
That's
or a perception check. Either way, whatever's.
My investigation is higher, and wow, digital dice, guys. For those of you listening, don't roll with them because they suck. That's
suck.
6.
6? Yeah, no. Candyman got drunk as a skunk at this event, and then just left. He just Irish goodbyed, straight up. And you have no idea where he went. You tried to pick him up on the smell, just the scent of how drunk he was, but you can't find him.
If that's going to be the case, I think I want to try to make my way to. I'll maybe try to flag down a town crier or something, and see if there's a temple district. And I want to try to make my way to a temple of Bahamut.
Okay. Yeah. I won't even make you roll for that. There are local guard posted everywhere. Not so much town criers, but guards here and there going about the town, keeping the peace, all that good stuff. You run into a couple that point you in the direction of, it'll be more toward the east of the town on the outskirts. There is a, for lack of a better term, religion district, so to speak, with temples just lining kind of like a cul-de-sac area, building by building. And within the midst of all of this, you do find what looks to be kind of a shrine, not so much a temple, a shrine to Bahamut. I will say more, you thought it was a graveyard at first, to be honest, but it is literally just like odds and ends of statues that signify different gods and goddesses that didn't
very cool.
earn the place of a full-on temple, but like they are kind of lined up, almost like tombstones, but they are statues dedicated to each. And you do manage to find a statue of Bahamut.
I'll kind of put my hand on it and run my hand across the stone or the marble or whatever it is, or the platinum if it's platinum. That would be a really expensive statue or shrine. And I want to kind of go back and think about the Blood Knight. And I want to think about
the Psycho Knight?
The Psycho Knight, yeah, the Blood
you got it.
Knight. And I want to think about the last image that I saw when we were in the Fae of all of my friends or my former colleagues kind of writhing in pain before that image was shut off. And then I guess I'll do a little bit of a feeler if he's is like how he's reacting to me being around a deity that's probably antithetical to him.
Interesting. First, what I want you to do is give me a perception check.
Okay, perception. That's going to be do better. Wow, fucking hell. 6.
With a 6,
I need to go get my actual dice.
You don't notice anything.
You roll for me.
100%. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary, but I will make you to try and to suss out how he is feeling. Go ahead and give me a
because I'm definitely not
insight.
Like asking his opinion.
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, insight. Oh, that was so close. That's a 3. Oh my god.
Absolute emptiness. Like you don't even know if like you were to talk to him if he would be there right now.
Okay. I think I'll just again kind of stay by the shrine for a little bit, and I think a little bit of sadness comes up as I think that I might have had a home wherever I came from before this, and that I had friends clearly, but it seems like I betrayed them, or I made some sort of deal when I shouldn't have, or something happened.
Did you say you ran your hand on the stone?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Give me another perception check, because
Okay.
I would have made you roll that with advantage.
Okay, this one's better. That's a 14.
With a 14, you are running your hand over the stone, and it turns almost like to, not the whole statue, mind you. You feel dust surrounding your hand as you're running your hand on it. And you look at your hand, and it is filthy, just absolutely filthy, this statue. So you go to kind of rub your thumb on it, and you notice that underneath this grime and grit, there does seem to be... And Graham. Yes, sir? No, get out of here.
Get out of here, Graham. This is character moment.
It's a sacred place.
Your abs have no place here.
You do notice that the statue is actually not made of stone. It is made of, and it's not really platinum either, but it is definitely a shinier material. And as you're kind of rubbing it just to get a better glimpse of what this is, you look at the offering plate below the statue, and every single one of the statues here has some sort of offering area or plate or something of that nature. Bahamut's, when you were walking up to it, the bowl looked bone dry, but you look in the bowl and you notice there is a single platinum piece in there.
I'll pick it up.
You pick up the platinum piece?
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
Okay. Give me a religion check.
Oh, come on. Okay, finally, we're doing a little bit better. That's a 22.
You start picking this platinum piece up, and you feel he's stir a little bit in the back of your mind. You don't know like what he's feeling or what he's thinking, but you definitely sense the presence of a he's here. You know that taking this I will give you this with what you rolled. You know that taking this platinum piece is fairly against what you know your religion to be, of like offering something to Bahamut in order to get their good graces, basically. But you are just standing here holding this platinum piece.
God. That's so much money too.
Take it.
I don't want to take it.
You need it more than this empty statue does. You and your team.
You might have a point. It's not even platinum. Everyone knows that if you're gonna put up a shrine to Bahamut, that you make it out of platinum.
You know, you might also be going shopping soon, who knows, but
Oh!
this could definitely be of some kind of use.
If I take this, and I don't know if the Platinum God is watching, but I've already damned myself so much, and I don't know why I have. I woke up with you in my head and visions of blood and fire and darkness and my friends in pain, and then I had to run and everyone else I knew hunting me, and I don't know if I want to make that worse.
What's he gonna do? Huh? Really think about it. Gods are not allowed to interfere with mortals, accustomed to their own rules. Fuck them.
You're a god too, Ahiz. At least I think you are.
You know nothing about me.
No, I don't. And it bothers me every day. And with that, I will pocket the platinum, and I'll take a few steps away, and I will, I think with like just the nasty feeling in my stomach, just get out of there.
You start walking away, like out of the little religious district of Ardania, and you hear a thud.
What the fuck?
Just like a really loud, crackled thud as something hits the ground behind you. You turn around and you see the statue of Bahamut. One of the wings has fallen off. And then you see that happen, and you watch as the second wing of Bahamut falls off. And it is just like this wingless Bahamut statue sitting there.
Oh no.
That's probably nothing. That's probably coincidence.
Oh, that's probably nothing.
Yeah, that's probably just a coincidence.
Oh, what are you, the god of coincidences now?
God, fuck, maybe, fuck.
Yeah, fuck is right.
We should probably like go or whatever.
Yeah, we probably should go.
Okay, all right, we gotta get out of here.
Then you start walking out of the religious district.
I want my wings back, Ahiz. I want my wings back.
Yeah, well, you can take those because they just fell off the fucking statue out of nowhere.
And with you, all I have are these bony things that come out of my back, right? That's all I have.
Fuck.
Oh god, this was a terrible choice. Why did I listen to you?
Wait, listen, we got a whole platinum piece now. It'll be fine. We got money to burn.
It's been a long time since what?
It's been a long time since I've been a fat old man.
Oh yeah, and you're trying to get back in the groove.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
So I gotta do my warm-ups. Ah.
No, you don't have to do your warm-ups. The last time you were in Ardania, after the dinner finishes up, obviously you get to know a lot of the guests a little bit more, and you get to think about what faction you're probably going to join. Have you taken the time to think about that?
So now we're at the table and we have to kind of choose if we're a Gryffindor or a Slytherin.
Sure.
Okay.
And you don't have to choose that. Like you don't have to choose right now if that's not what you want to spend your one-on-one doing, like your downtime. Then you don't have to do that. You can do something completely different. You can prostrate yourself in the streets.
Well, I mean,
you can go to the doctor, like as your previous Ardania Lull mentioned. You've got options.
Well, I feel like I need to do research into the factions.
Okay.
I don't think Flint would do research. So
Sure.
who has the most tuna?
You would not know that.
Right.
Right. So what would you do in order to figure that out?
Okay, so we're sitting at dinner.
Dinner has ended.
Okay, and what happened at that meal?
You stuffed your face with tuna, obviously. A little bit of wine. Not a lot, just a little bit.
The Manashabat wine.
Yeah, the Manashabat's wine, sure. And it was just enough wine for you to feel a little tipsy, a little wonky. So you got brought back to your room. Now, in this period of time, you are allowed to pick and choose what Flint does, and within that span of time, I'll say kind of how long things take or progress or whatever.
Okay.
But that is what happened.
Okay. Like it's the next morning or it's
Sure,
still that
it
night?
can be. Dinner comes to a close. You are brought back to your room with some new information about the factions and all that good stuff. But obviously you have a good amount to think about there. But whatever you want to do during this lull, this downtime, is completely up to you. So what does Flint do?
Well, first of all, he's still being brought up the stairs. He's forgetting that he is leaving the party. Have you ever been?
Had a little bit too much Manischewitz, did you?
I know that you've never had this experience, but sometimes you go to a party with a friend who keeps going back to the party, and you're trying to get friend to go back to bed.
Sure.
You've clearly never been in that situation.
Yeah, never.
Especially not with a natural bard.
Yeah, ever.
So that's what's happening with Flint. So he's going up the stairs, and the poor servant is kind of like holding on to him for dear life, and he's clutching his stein of Meneshabit's wine, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
No. You know the one. Argental is the greatest.
I don't know this song,
God,
sir. Please.
The greatest
You've
God.
been singing the
the
same
greatest song.
song
Come on, by now you've got to know
for
it.
an hour. No, I don't.
Argental is the greatest God.
Is that it?
Are you tone deaf, my dear?
I mean, I don't sing very
That
often.
doesn't
No,
matter.
okay.
Oh, you know what? I forgot.
What
I
did
need
you
to go
forget?
back down and get myself
God.
one of those chocolate ganache things that was on that counter over by the pig. And so he starts going down the
okay.
stairs.
All right. Do you try to lose the servant? Because he's basically like hobbling you along at this point.
Liquid courage has Flint goes marching back
Sure.
to the party.
We'll say that. All right. Yeah, sure.
And like a toddler that's just learning how to walk, Flint toddles on his 18-inch legs.
Sure. You go back into the main hall, or the throne room, kind of. And in the room, you see servants kind of tidying up, cleaning up the table, the food service, things of that nature. And Hal is in there overseeing and sees you toddle in and says, "Oh, hello, Flint. Are you all right?"
I'm looking for the chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yeah, the chocolate ganache thingy's over by the pig.
Absolutely. We have not taken these away yet.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, she takes you over to the chocolate ganache stuff. And she leads you right over there and says, "Yeah, I must admit these are much better than I thought they would be. They're quite good. I've never had one before."
Well, you might as well have one now. And I take like 3 and just stuff them in my mouth.
Oh, looks like you're having enough for both of us, I suppose. Sure, I'll try one. She just takes the one.
Hey,
like a normal
Howie.
person.
Nah, I gotta tell you. It's really bothering me that people are not up on their church going here in Ardania. You wouldn't have anything to do with that, being a holistic healer that you are.
I wouldn't say that I'm a holistic healer, but no, we have shrines to many different deities around Ardania, including Argental.
Where's? Oh shit!
You didn't know that? That's actually super surprising to me. I figured that would have been one of the first places you visited when you arrived.
Well, it turns out that I was more focused on trying to get taller.
Oh, I see.
And also...
You went to discount, sundries, and wares, and...
It was not my choice, and Argental did not lead me in the direction of a shrine.
Oh, I see. Argental's fault then, is it?
I'm
just kidding.
Oh, good. Okay.
So what are your plans for the... sorry? What are your plans for the rest of the night?
Well, I've eaten the chocolate, and, fuck, I was doing something. What the fuck was I doing?
That's a good question.
I came over, I had a friend, and we were going up to the room.
The servant is literally just, like, standing at the foot of the stairs and just, like, pinching the bridge of his nose.
We were going to the room, and then I started teaching him the song. You know the song. Argental is the greatest gun.
Yeah, no, I love that song.
Okay. You okay, great. Then we can move on to the next song.
Uh-huh.
Which is...
Are we just... Do you want to just sing songs?
Well, what's a man to do when he's had too much mana Shabbats drinking and he's sitting here trying to go to bed, but...
Well, Flint, if I remember correctly, you've just come back from a very, well, strenuous knockout and quite the battle, I've heard. So
I got knocked out.
Well, you did, yeah, right before you. Yeah, that is what they told us.
Oh,
anyway. But you should get some rest. And I know that the last time we spoke, you mentioned that you were having some, I guess trouble with memory.
Hey, my memory's just fine, thank you. What day is it?
Okay. See that? Yeah. Maybe you should go to bed for the night, Flint.
Okay. Oh, can you tell me who in this faction that I'm supposed to choose either worships Argental or has the most tuna?
Suppose I could, ponder that for a moment. 1 second while I pull out the who worships Argental or has the most tuna.
Or I guess, if they make the chocolate ganache thingies, then Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom?
Shalom.
My ancestors are frowning at you right now.
That was a total...
Shabbat Shalom!
That was not supposed
Manachabits!
That was not supposed to happen. There was an extra B in there. I don't know where it came from. It's not my fault.
Anyway. Hal thinks for a second and says, well, I suppose the faction that would be able to come across the most tuna would probably be the Zentarum, but you can't really join them, obviously.
They're bad.
Well, they're full of money from many different odds and angles, including...
And crime.
Well, including
Don't
the
forget
fishing industry.
crime.
But yes, I would say those closest to Argental, and I guess... the most religiously involved would be the Order of the Gauntlet. It's not their main focus.
Order of the Gauntlet?
Yes, it's not their main focus per se, but they do tend to have many of different religious orders within their faction.
I don't know if I want to go to a house divided. That sounds like it's going to end in war in about three seasons.
They are all unified on a single front. The Order of the Gauntlet is an organization dedicated to smiting evil wherever it lurks and without hesitation. They are very unified on that front, regardless of religion, creed.
Okay, well, and then there's the Lord's Buddies. The Lord's Buddies sounds pretty religious.
The Lord's Alliance?
Yeah.
Well, the Lord's Alliance. I understand that you, Allie, are saying it because the Lord, but okay, so here's what House says. The Lord's Alliance is more attuned to a grouping of royalty that got together to across all of Callisto that believe that solidarity is needed to keep evil at bay, meaning people under one singular umbrella via governmental means, so to speak. Does that make sense?
No.
So, basically a bunch of royal people got together and said, we own this land, and we basically own these people. Let's make them get together under one peaceful, unified front and put our funds toward something greater.
Why does that sound both like a good idea and also a wicked bad idea?
I'm obviously paraphrasing, but that's the general gist.
Uh-huh.
Give me an insight check.
Okay. That's a 8, and then it's insight.
8? Yeah.
14.
14? Wow. She doesn't much care for the Lord's Alliance. She seems to be saying what she knows for the most part, but it seems like it's in a negative tone.
Hey, you're supposed to be impartial.
Oh, forgive me if I seem crude while explaining them. They are a good bunch.
I don't know if sex has anything to do with it.
Okay. That was dumb. I love that. They are not what they appear to be on the outside, but they do a lot of good around Callisto. I'll put it that. They are a necessary piece of the puzzle.
Ooh. I don't like necessary anything.
But again, that is just my opinion. If you want to do your own research and ask...
No.
oh.
The best decisions are made when you're drunk. I learned that a very long time ago.
I will have to disagree with that statement heartily, but...
Howie, I need more wine. I'm starting to sober up.
She waves the servant to go get more wine and then pulls up a chair to the main table where you all sat for dinner. And it's basically just you two and the servants cleaning up in the room. And she says, very well, if you wish to continue our conversation, I will have more wine brought.
Yay, okay.
I must say, Flint, you are much friendlier than the last time we spoke.
Well, fuck you very much.
There it is. She laughs. And she says, but how are you faring with your, memory? Albeit, last time we spoke, you were having issues with it.
No, I wasn't.
Well, you see, that's what I'm talking about. We definitely spoke about it, and you were having problems.
I don't recall.
Okay. Flint, I must be honest. You really should take your health into account. How old are you now?
250.
That is
50.
definitely on the later side of the timeline for dwarves,
well,
if I'm not
fuck
mistaken.
you very much, ma'am.
I only say that because I myself am on the later side of the timeline for my race as well. You must take your health into account. I know you're going on these daring adventures, and you are, I must say, quite powerful, but you need to be safe out there.
I'm being plenty safe. I've got Argental's armor, and I'm good to go.
That you do. And when she says that, the wine has miraculously appeared at the table.
Thank you. All right, everyone gather round. I'm going to teach you another song. All right, there was a hole.
There, you want the servants to stop what they're doing and sing?
And order people to sing with
I
me?
guess you can, but they're quite busy.
Hey, come over here.
Lord. So Hal looks around at the servants who are just kind of like really confused, and she just says, there was a hole.
A smallest hole.
The smallest hole.
The prettiest hole.
The prettiest hole.
That you ever did see.
That you ever did see. Give me a performance check.
15 plus... 15.
15.
Even.
Okay, yeah, you start doing this song, and the servants, as they're cleaning, kind of like sing along with you.
And the green grass grows all around and around, and the green grass grows all around. And in the nest.
Okay, no, it's...
there was a bird.
We don't have to continue. It's kind of like a mini after party. Basically, the servants are just like sneaking drinks here and there and like cleaning up at the same time. And by the end of it, you're all singing like different shanties and bar songs and things of that nature. But you managed to start off the evening with The Green Grass Grows, or whatever the fuck that song is called. And I'll say that like by the end of it, Hao is actually the one that manages to get you back up to your room and says good night for the night, I guess, and she kind of just starts walking back to her chambers.
All right, good night. It sounds like I'm gonna join the fisting people, but we'll have to talk about
I'm
that.
sorry, the what? The fisting? The Order of the Gauntlet?
Yeah, the fisting people.
Okay, sure. I wouldn't. I wouldn't say that to them. When you go to request, membership. But
no. Listen,
she's dying laughing right now.
They put things in order, and
they wear a gauntlet.
Order the people.
How has had a couple
and
of
they
drinks
lead
as well.
with the fist.
Yes, good.
The fist of justice.
Okay.
And Argental, apparently.
She waves you goodnight. And then she continues to walk down the hall.
And the green grass grows around and around, and green grass grows around.
Hey, cool. So that was that night. Is there anything in general, like, we don't have to act it out if you don't want to, but is there anything generally that Flint wants to accomplish during this downtime?
Well, we obviously. Well, okay, so this is a DM question.
Yeah.
Are we leveling up in this Ardania Lull?
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
But not like right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because obviously then I'm going to take another level of Bard because I'm just so talented,
Sure.
So I can practice my horn. At least I need to prey on the people with the shiny fists.
Okay.
And
so go ahead and pick. Actually, you know what? I'll even say that, like, obviously practicing your horn. Give me a performance check real quick.
15.
15? Absolutely. You, last time you were here, were kind of just starting to take it up a little bit. You didn't have a lot of time. No. You didn't have a whole lot of time to, practice it. But every now and again during your adventures, when you've had a little bit of time, you would try to, as quietly as possible, practice here and there. And during your downtime here, you also managed to be able to practice full volume without worrying about whether or not the servant outside of your door appreciates it or not. You have definitely improved. You, for sure, have taken the time to learn your scales, and have even been able to blast out a couple of tunes. Nothing super complex, but just enough to, be able to say, I play this instrument. Yes. Slaps. Do you?
Fuck!
Are you in a band? So you managed to, get better at your instrument. And on top of that, you wanted to do more research about the Order of the Gauntlet?
Yes. Well, and it's not even so much that I want to do research, it's more that I want to talk to people about it.
Okay. Who do you want to talk to about it?
Well, I guess the king. I don't have a lot of friends, so I don't know who to talk to.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Well, and you do know, Darren Edermath, is one of the main people from the Order of the Gauntlet. You do know that he is, like, in the castle.
Okay.
But you can also talk to the king.
I want to talk to the king.
Okay, cool. All right, so you head to where you would assume the king to be, the throne room, where he is currently doing some fencing practice with a random servant. And you walk in, and he's, oh, Flint, it is so good to see you. How do you fare?
I'm okay, Jacob. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, you're the first person to not address me as King Jacob.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's quite refreshing. I appreciate the formalness of it, the daring formalness of it. But what can I do for you?
There I was after the party, and I was getting drunk, and I was thinking about all the nice people I met, and how many people does one person need to meet in one night anyway, stuff that I'm sure that you're used to.
Oh,
and
quite.
I was trying to figure out who I need to join. And so I thought to myself, Self, you need to join the place with the most tuna. And I talked to Hal, and Hal was like, that's a Centaurum. And I was like, I don't want to join with the Centaurum. So then it was like, well then, who's the closest to Argental? And she recommended these fisting people.
The Order of the Gauntlet!
Yes, the people that rule with the iron or the jeweled fist.
Well, I wouldn't say that they rule with an iron fist. They are quite dependent on each other to quash evil and bring things to order, as it were. Bring a balance.
And that's nice and all. And I obviously made this decision very much like I would make any other decision in my life, and I got fucking hammered. And I decided that they were the people that I was gonna join because they were the closest to Argental, even though they don't have any tuna.
You would be able to join the Order of the Gauntlet.
Everybody seems to be pushing that one pretty hard.
I have known Darren Edenmath to be my main confidant when it comes to communicating with those from the Order of the Gauntlet. I know he's retired, but he has since become tired, reinvigorated in the Order of the Gauntlet, so to speak.
He's since become tired?
Yeah, he's back. He's back in business.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I can talk to him.
You can, indeed, absolutely.
Let's do that, then.
The king thinks for a moment and he says,
I believe the last I saw Darren Edenmath, what time? Oh, yeah, I believe he would be in the training yard at the moment, if you want to go find him and talk to him about the Order of the Gauntlet.
Training yard.
Yes, the combat training yard.
Okay, how do I get there?
He pulls out a map of the castle. If you take a left here, right, you go down these stairs, and then you...
stairs, for fuck's sakes!
Eventually you do manage to find your way down toward the kind of the backside of the outside of the castle. The training yard is on a very large piece of land that at the tip of it is the precipice down a major cliff toward the seaside. But it is lined with, combat training dummies, targets, fenced up. You see some people riding horses around a track and so on and so forth. It's quite large. You scan the area and you see kind of a kerfuffle in the center ring. It looks to be Darren Edenmath taking on two different combatants, and he is holding his own quite well. And he manages to fell both of them onto the ground. They are using wooden combat training equipment, but as they both are on the ground kind of writhing in pain, Darren takes off his helmet and he says, "Hey, you're never gonna beat a Warforged like that, lads. You're just not trying hard enough. You don't hate to lose. You love winning, but you don't hate to lose. That's the key. Oh, wait. Oh, is that Flint?
Yes, it is. It's me. Hello.
He walks up to you, grabs you, gives you, picks you up, gives you a big ol' hug.
Oh my goodness. Wow,
down.
It's really good to see you.
One old man to another, it's good to know that we're both set to our adventuring ways, so to speak, isn't it?
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, put me down, please.
Oh, he put you down already.
Okay, cool.
What can I do for you, Flint?
Well, I've been meaning to talk to you. I got real drunk at the party, and I was talking to people about the fisting team, and I was
the fisting team?
Yes, the
What's
fisting
that?
team. Well, you're a part of the fisting team, and you don't know what the fisting team is?
He looks at you super confused, and then he says, "The Order of the Gauntlet?"
Yes, the people who rule with the fit. Why is this so hard for everyone?
We don't rule...
Let me try that again.
We don't rule with an iron fist, Flint. We aim to protect the people.
No. I get it. You don't rule with an iron fist. You rule with a gem fist.
No, we don't. We don't rule with a gem fist either.
Well, what the fuck do you rule with?
We don't rule, Flint. That's the point.
You don't rule? What's the fucking point of the order?
We are members of our own authority.
Oh.
We are knights from across the land that come from many different kingdoms, garner together from a militaristic background for the most part, and try to do good in the world.
And how do you expect to do good with the military?
Well, and it's not just the military, right? It's people who were either soldiers or members of a church that are meaning to spread their word and do good across the land, and so on and so forth. It's a very open organization.
A little bit crusade-y.
Yeah, I suppose you could call it that, but nothing where we would need to turn any mines or anything of the like.
Okay, no turning of the minds, I do like that. But at the same time, I do need followers of Argental.
We believe in what's good, no matter what creed or background you come from.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, I'm on board except for the part where you say no matter what creed and background. I have some questions about that. If somebody were to be like, I believe in Tiamat, what would you say?
Well, Tiamat is an evil, big, nasty dragon that aims to enslave the entire world. So everybody in our order would probably, want to stand up against that.
Okay, well, but then you're not really being inclusive. You see my point?
We have to include the strong. People who not only have the willingness to stand up for justice, but also have the ability to, well, go to the deepest dungeons and the darkest caves and the strongest monsters and quell the evil that resides within. For the most part, our factions are soldiers, militaristic people, but a lot of our higher ranking members are paladins, monks, clerics, and the like, so I feel as though you'd fit right in.
Supposing I had to do stairs, would someone from the faction carry me down the stairs?
He flexes his arm and says, "Lad, I'll carry you wherever you need."
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I just stick close to you, Gary, and we'll be good.
That's right.
All right. Well, tell me why I should join the fisting people.
Well, first of all, we're gonna have to work on that. We're not called the fisting people, right? I guess the best way I can convince you is to say, if you want to do what's right by your party, and you want to do what's right for, the average Joe, the everyman, families, children, wives, sisters, brothers, you join the Order of the Gauntlet.
It just sounds so big and powerful.
That's what we aim to be.
Big and powerful?
Aye.
How much tuna do you eat on a Friday?
On a Friday specifically?
I guess I just thought of Friday, but yeah.
I mean, our rations are quite vast. I'm sure we could find you some tuna.
And who makes the chocolate?
Are you talking about the chocolate ganaches from last night?
Maybe.
What, those were so fucking good. Those were so fucking good, right?
Yes.
Those are the best fucking treats I ever done had. And I make a lot of apple pies myself, just to let you know. But
apple.
yeah, well, I had that apple orchard way back in Fandolin.
I
do miss it
remember.
terribly. But I believe the servants here make the chocolate ganaches. But I'm sure, when we're on the road, we'll be able to find you something to eat.
Do we have servants?
We have, the best way to put it is wards, attaches, people that, carry our stuff for us, I suppose.
Carry the stuff. That's good enough for me. I'm in.
No, you're in?
Yeah.
So all it took to convince you to join us was tuna, me carrying you, and other people carrying your stuff?
Basically.
Flint, my boy, and he holds out his gauntleted hand and says, "Welcome to the club."
Holy fuck, do I have to wear that? That
Oh,
weighs
no,
as much.
you can wear whatever armor you want.
Okay, good. Wow. Wow. This is wow.
Yes, my hand is quite big.
Wow.
Yep, I can fit both your hands in it.
Oh my. Goodness. Does my hand look like that in battle now?
No. You gotta practice many a year and also not be a dwarf.
Oh.
Probably.
Not be a dwarf, huh?
Well, you got small hands, you're a smaller
You
person.
know, why did I say I wanted to join you, Derry? There you go.
No, wait, come back. No, we'll take you in. I
Alright.
promise you'll really enjoy working for the Order of the Gauntlet.
Okay, I better start practicing fisting people.
You heard him, lad. Stand up. It's time for another bout. And he turns to the...
I didn't bring any armor. I didn't bring any...
Yeah, we'll get you outfitted.
Oh,
it's fine.
fuck.
right, Dustin, Candyman.
One
Been
beer.
a minute.
What?
One beer. What?
Two beer.
What?
Another beer.
What?
One more beer.
What?
A tequila.
What? What?
A margarita.
Isn't that the same thing?
I took the Bloody Mary. I shoved that bitch 2 sides up his ass.
Yeah, but that is kind of how the night goes on for you as you are sitting at this table full of
Like
faction
always.
diplomats and, King Jacob Mormont.
Faction,
And Kit
more like
Mormont.
fuction, if you know what I'm right. Fuck you, Mormont.
Unfortunately, it did not turn into some weird dinner orgy that you're mentioning. But, in your drunken stupor, what is... Well, and I don't even know if you're actually drunk. You've got... Yeah, give me a constitution check real quick.
Fuck, I gotta roll dice. I forgot I had to roll dice. Oh, shit.
Well, that's how D&D works.
I didn't have it pull up yet. You didn't tell me. I was just talking.
Nah.
Hold on.
Nah.
Wait, you're going to have to edit this out now. Sorry, buddy. I didn't know I had to roll the dice.
Or maybe I'll keep it in. You don't know. I'm crazy.
I know.
I'm batshit.
Oh, thanks.
I believe in you.
I'm trying.
God, everybody's using digital dice now. Cowards.
No, I just don't know where my other dice are, and I don't feel like getting up to look for it. And I forgot how to do this. It's been a while. All right.
You click the button.
Constitution check.
Yeah.
19.
God damn. Yeah, you were just pounding drinks like a champ, drinking people under the table. At a certain point, you actually end up seeing a couple of the Order of the Gauntlet faction members as they come in throughout the night.
What are the Order of the Gauntlet? What are they
Gauntlet
doing?
is one of the 4 major factions that are here currently that are like trying to vie for your attention, basically.
Are you saying they want a taste of the candy?
Yes,
They want a taste
100%.
of the candy.
They do. Want
I'm not surprised, D&D puppet man. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, 100%. Throughout the night, you end up drinking each and every single one of them under the table. They are incredibly impressed. But what does Candyman do? Does he like stick around? Does he head out? Like what is
How many are
Candyman
left
do?
standing after I drank one of the table right now?
Oh God. Hold on.
Like how many people? I want to know how many people in the room. Like, because I'm
3.
I'm three are left. Who are the 3 left standing with me?
The 3 left kind of just chilling around as the dinner dies down are How, a random Order of the Gauntlet faction member, and King Jacob Mormont.
Oh, Jacob Mormont. I look at Jacob Mormont. I'm like, you think you can handle me? You think you can handle me?
Young man, I have not had a drinking contest since my days as a young prince.
Well, prince, more like princess.
Oh.
Here's what I like to do. Do any one of you have a knife in here?
We have a butter knife that
That'll work.
Device?
Give me it.
the Order of the Gauntlet member says, I can give you like my knife if you want that instead of a butter knife.
Oh, I'll take a real knife. We got real.
Yeah, all right. Well, he takes it out of the sheath. This is my knife.
That's your knife.
This is a knife. Yeah,
That's a knife.
that is a
All right.
knife. Yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do. Each one of you, sissy, grab a logger.
They all look at each other. Give me a persuasion check.
You all fucking nervous? That's fine. You can be nervous about it. But I got a fucking 2.
The King Jacob Beaumont looks at you and
Actually,
like,
I got a now 1. I forgot that's a
oh
thing.
Jesus, yeah. He looks at you, kind of like does a disarming move where like you don't even like notice it happen because you're kind of buzzed, and like the knife is just suddenly out of your hands, and he flips the blade part into his hand, and like the handle is now being pointed at you, and he says, "Candy, listen, we are currently discussing a few pretensive war room matters, as it were, and we kind of need this time to talk about the movements of the Warforged and whatnot, but I understand you want to play, I'm assuming, with this knife, the 5-finger knife drinking game, as it were."
No.
No?
That's not
What
what
were
I'm
you going
playing.
to do with it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, but here's the thing: if you want some of the Candyman, you gotta go around. You gotta go around the bend.
What does that mean? What does that mean, Ken?
You know what it means.
Well, I unfortunately...
If you want to get to the Candyman, you got to go through Gumdrop Central. You know what I'm talking about?
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
It's a dirty 20.
30, 20? Hell yeah. The Order of
And
the
then-
Gauntlet member stands up.
Yeah.
You get it. Well, I mean, you can try for a nat 20 if you want.
No, 30, 20 will work. So that's
30, 20?
5.
The random Order of the Gauntlet member stands up, grabs the knife out of the king's hand. He says, "Yeah, I want a piece.
Oh, you want peace? All right. Here's how it
I
works.
do want a
Everyone,
piece.
all right. Can I give me the knife real fast? Here's how it goes.
All right.
This game's called Stick'em. Here's how it works. So each one of you takes a logger. What's going
I
to
know
happen is,
Stick'em.
you know Stick'em?
Yeah,
I don't know if you know
but
Stick'em
just,
like
but
we
just
did.
for everybody else here, why don't you go ahead and
All right, let me see
explain
who's
the
the
rules?
Stick'em. There's a lot of different versions, but this is the original one, all right? Here's
Yeah.
how it works. You're all going to take your logger. I'm going to take this knife. On the count of 3, you're going to start chugging. I'm going to throw that fucking knife up in the air.
All right.
Whoever doesn't drink their full beer by the time the knife hits the floor, or you're out.
All right. It looks like it's just you and me. Hal is kind of like chuckling to herself, like watching all of this happen. And King Jacob Mormont just kind of like sighs and says, "Very well. I won't take part, but you two can do this, I suppose. I
Wait,
will."
Pussy says what?
What?
Pussy says what?
What are you talking?
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't understand. I'm going to go talk to Hal about the plans we're making. So please join us once you are done with this. This revolt.
Shut up. Shut up.
Okay. You know what? Whatever. It's fine. And he goes to sit down, and it's just you and this guy. And yeah, so this will be a couple of different checks here, if this is what we're going to do.
Goddamn right,
so
this is what we're going to do.
you stand face to face with this gentleman, full tankard of lager in each of your hands, and in your other hand you hold the knife. You throw it up. Go ahead and give me a Constitution check again.
15.
Cool. All right. Now go ahead and give me a Dex saving throw.
10.
10. Okay. As you throw the knife up, you are just chugging this lager, but you kind of like side eye how the other guy's doing, and he does this like weird tornado technique as he like lifts it up, and it just like swizzles down his throat. It's just disappearing. You, however, managed to get it done slightly faster. And as the knife comes down, both of you manage to dodge out of the way just enough to the point where you know the knife won't hit you, and it's like clangs onto the cobblestone. And he says, "Well, I've never met anybody that's beaten my tornado technique when it comes to this game. What's your name, stranger? Wait, you're Candyman, right?"
Yeah, that's right. I am the Candyman. Put the respect on my
Holy
name.
shit.
Say that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've heard about your exploits in Tihar, saving
I will say,
an
I don't think
entire
I've ever
nation.
seen a technique like that. I would have to commend you on that.
Well, thank you. Maybe I'll teach you sometime. Let me find this dude's name really quick, because now this is a chance for us to introduce like a whole new character.
Oh, look, I just create magic everywhere. That's
You
fun.
do, yeah. You create nations from nothing. That's still one of my favorite fucking moments that's ever occurred on this podcast.
I think that's definitely my favorite. We just created an entire. That's literally what this entire show's been about. When I decided to go on a
1,000%.
soliloquy about Tejas. Texas? Tejas.
Do you mean Texas? Did you just bring Texas into my fucking D&D campaign? Oh shit. All right, where is
Gold.
it? Fan social media names. Here we go. Oh, I've got the perfect one. The name's Hobie.
Hobie?
Hobie, yeah.
Nice to meet you, Hobie. Where you from?
Well, I'm a member of the Order of the Gauntlet, and to tell you the truth, I'm actually from Acteris, the nation that you fled when the Warforged first attacked.
All right. How they doing?
It's a nation right next to Tejas. Well, it's where the Warforged first attacked, so not great, Candy. It's not doing too great. Lucky for me, though, my whole family's alive for now, so that's something positive to look at. So, have you taken any consideration into any of the factions that you may or may not want to join?
Well, you know what? Can you give me one more time? What's the name of your faction?
The Order of the Gauntlet.
The Order of the Gauntlet. That's the name of your faction.
Yeah. Order of the
Alright.
Gauntlet. And then he flashes like a badge at you on kind of the right pauldron of his, it looks like a half-plate armor of sorts. This beautiful silver and bright silver layered over each other, almost in a, not like flame, but like a shining portrait surrounding a literal gauntlet, like armor gauntlet, holding a sword that is in a downward position. But he says, yeah, no, I've been a member of the Order of the Gauntlet ever since the Warforged attacked my home.
How many people are on your gauntlet?
Oh man, there are members all over Callisto, Candy. I don't know how many members fully, but definitely
You tell me
quite a
what
bit.
you need.
Quite a
What
lot.
would you need from the Candyman?
Well, that's the thing, Candy. We don't really need anything from you. You're already doing the work of a hero. You know, you're already going off on adventures, finding the materia.
Say it again.
Say what?
Say it.
That you're doing the work of a hero.
Yes.
Is that's all you wanted?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, no, you're definitely doing the work of a hero. You know, not all heroes with capes, and you're going about, you know,
Some heroes
finding
wear
the
cowboy
materia
hats.
for the Silent Sentinels. All we ask is that you report back to our faction. That's it, and obviously you will be rewarded.
Well,
as an
here's the
initiate.
thing. Here's the thing, Howie. Here's my problem. I don't like the word report back, to be honest with you. Because
Well, I mean, you'd have to do that, Candy.
What?
I mean, I get that you're a free spirit and whatnot.
There's
and
the thing.
You'd still
I don't-
have that leisure.
I don't have to do anything. I do things I choose to do. You understand?
I get it. I see where you're coming from. Well, maybe,
So-
you know, you'll come around eventually. I mean, the Order of the Gauntlet stands for peace and justice and prosperity. You know what I mean?
Candyman stands for ass kicking and beer drinking. So how's
And
that? How's that
hey,
coincide?
That's exactly
coincide?
What we look,
Tell me
it's
how that
Exactly
coincides.
what we looked for.
Homer,
in a-
I don't know.
That's not my name. It's Hobie.
Homeboy?
Hobie.
Hobie.
Yeah.
I don't know the fuck named you that, but they should be hit in the face with a skillet. Now,
My mom.
need I speak any further?
Well, are you gonna say something about my mom?
I might say something. I might do something. I might look at something. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't really know what you're saying. Why don't you go ahead and expand on that further? And he starts to like pick up his knife off the ground.
I might take up your mom. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, homeboy. I'm just fucking with you.
All right, too right. Well, listen, if you do change your mind, we are always available, and you know, obviously, you will be compensated for your time.
How much
But-
we talking about compensation? What's my compensation here?
You get an initiative reward when you first join, in probably the form. When I joined, I
Upfront
got.
payment is what you're talking about.
Yeah, when I joined, I got.
You don't need fancy words when you talk to me. Let me be very fucking clear here.
Yeah.
Speak what you say what you say. Say what you mean what you mean what you say it straight.
Well, I'm
You
trying to
understand
tell you that I got like a magical object on my first day.
All right, that's all you gotta say. Okay?
Yeah.
You give me do I get a magical object?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
What magical object do I get?
I don't know. It's up to
Alright,
the
that
it's up
doesn't
to the
work for me.
commander. It's
You
up to
tell
the
me-
commander.
Well, then
I
you
don't
bring the
have any
command.
control
You bring the
over that.
commander out here, and then I'll talk to him about what kind of magical object that I want.
Oh, the commander turned in for the night, mate. I mean, you could probably catch him like tomorrow, or you know, something like
Can
that.
anyone
But
here beat? Can anyone in this room beat a random magical object that is not secured to me and what it is yet?
everybody in the room is either like passed out cleaning up, or is King Jacob Mormont and Hal. They look up at you, give you like a quizzical look, and then go back to talking about what they were talking about.
Looks like we got ourselves a bidding war here.
I don't think that's what we've got here, mate. But listen. If you do end up changing your mind, you can talk to me, or you can talk to the commander. You know, it's whatever you want it to be.
Well, what's
I'll
the
put it in
payment
good-
at the end of the job?
As you progress through, because we are funding the Silent Sentinels, so technically you are being paid via the Silent Sentinels, right? But as you level up in, initiative with the Order of the Gauntlet, you will be rewarded with more, possibly magical items.
What's the chance of me having a magical carpet?
Or
a magical horse?
Let me roll. It's not great, Candy. Listen, I'm gonna level with you. It's not great.
Let me say something. You're the worst salesperson I've ever met.
Hey, no, listen, you're right. I'm not exactly putting this in a great perspective here. When my village was attacked, I and my family needed help immediately. And the people that were there were the Order of the Gauntlet. You see what I'm saying? They're such a good group of people that want nothing more than to keep justice in their line of work and keep helping people throughout this war. And it's only just begun.
Well, I could stand for that. I'll be honest with you. I could stand for that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it could.
Too right. Well, yeah, just take some time, think about it. Obviously, we are not the only option, but I think it was fate that we ran into one another.
I think it's fate, too. There ain't nothing I like more than a tornado squirrel chug.
I will definitely have to show you that sometime. Tell you what, you join the Order of the Gauntlet, I'll teach you every technique I know.
Sounds about good. All right. I appreciate talking to you, Homer.
It's Hobie, but yeah, good talking to you too, Candy.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. All right, get out of here.
That's sure, why not? And you depart from the King's Hall where the feast had taken place. Is there anywhere in particular you want to go, or is there like anyone in particular you want to talk to or do, for that matter?
I think with everything that's going on, I realize everyone's down, and on this journey, I don't get as much time alone.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the other pack rats at?
Your group members? You can go ahead and give me an investigation check or a history check.
Well, investigation
either way,
or history check. Investigation or history check is actually the same thing. That's fucking annoying. 12.
With a 12, you know that they kind of they've left the party for the night. It's surprising you didn't see Eros leave the party, but he is gone. You did see Flint kind of passed out on a table as you were leaving. You also noticed Nezran definitely left. He left the party for sure. You don't know where though.
I was wondering, can I get my girl a call?
As you think that, actually, you start to feel a warm, like not like a tingly sensation, but like a warmth come from your satchel, and it's a glowing blue light come from it that's kind of hanging off the side of you. You open it and you see your Stone of Far Speech. There is a rune on there that lets you know which stone is trying to reach out to your in particular stone, and it is the one from Trish.
Can I answer it?
You definitely can.
I'd like to answer it. Hey.
All right. What do you say? Hey,
Trish, is that you?
Candy? Candy, oh my god, it's so good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear your voice too, babe.
What you been up to? I heard about a mess over in Yigong. Is that right?
Yeah, gone for you, something like that.
What? Oh, what's it like? I've always wanted to travel across the sea, but my legs.
Well, it's dark, honey. There's lots of problems going around here, but we managed to do some good. We're getting a little bit better. There's all the magical creatures, magical things. I jumped into a boat and fought a fucking octo monster thing.
What?
I don't fucking know. I jumped into the water. It's fucking crazy.
That's insane. I'm so glad you're safe. That means the world to me, Candy. You better come home to me.
I'm coming home, but we still got some journeying to do, and I was wondering, how do you make the right choice? How do you know something's the right choice, Trish?
I mean, I guess it's a gut feeling, right? If you make that decision, you got to make sure feels right on the inside. Why? Did something happen?
Nah, just wanted to ask.
Well, I've been good. I've been creating some machinery for the Silent Sentinels and the royalty.
What kind of machinery you make?
Well, I don't know if you can hear this or not. She holds up her Stone of Far Speech, and you hear like the whirring and powerful pistons in the background of what seems to be a very large machine. And then she brings it back to her face and says, I'm making some, well, I guess you could call them mech suits of some kind. It's based on a prototype.
Suits.
Mech suits.
Okay.
With an M. And like, my first prototype was attached to my wheelchair so I could, well, I don't know, maybe help, in the fight or something like that. But, vehicles with wheels that have weapons attached to them and whatnot, we're using a lot of what the Warforged have left over. And we're kind of using their technology to make new weapons and whatnot. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to.
Well, that's really inquisitive of you, and I'm glad you're doing your little projects and keeping yourself busy. All right.
They ain't little, but yeah, I understand.
You didn't fight the monster in the sea, but we'll compare. Later.
Yeah, all right. Monster in the sea. We'll see about that. Pixar didn't happen, buddy.
All right. Well, what are you doing? We don't on cameras yet. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna follow you and just keep going with my gut. Sometimes I think my gut steers me in bad ways, but right now it's still been working out as of now.
It's good to hear, Candy.
Good to hear you too. I gotta fucking go to bed. I'm fucked up.
Is that Candy? Oh yeah, it is. Your mom says hi. Hi, Candy. It's your mom. Your mom
hey,
says
Mom.
hi.
Tell Mom I said hi.
I will do it. Oh God,
All
here
right.
she comes. I'm gonna hang up. I love
hang
you.
up right now. I ain't got time for that shit.
I love you.
But well, sometimes. Bye.
What? And then you hang up the fucking Stone of Far Speech. You piece of shit. That's so funny. Okay, cool. So, you hang it up. You hit the sack. The next day, you are told by a random servant that you have quite a bit of downtime until your next venture out to find another materia until they can find the sense of another one. There's not really much that you can do, so take your leave about the town and whatnot. But yeah, they tell you can do whatever you want. So you do hit the town. You're a little bit hungover, so you decide in true Candyman fashion to hit a local bar, the local bar across from Gembo's Forge. As you're headed down to get what is the medieval equivalent of a Bloody Mary.
What is the medieval equivalent of a Bloody Mary?
A very Bloody Mary. Like it's got literal blood driplets in it from chicken.
Right.
Yeah, it's wild. But you're headed down the hill, and you see an incredibly large crowd surrounding Gembo's. And you make your way over, and you see Gembo has created not an exact replica of your pistols, but like a almost crossbow-esque type. It's got the same glow and arcane structure about it, and he is doing target practice in the field next to his forge, and he shoots a couple at a target. He doesn't get them all exactly where he wants them, but it's enough that the crowd oohs and ahs and claps and whatnot. And Gembo sees you come out of the crowd and emerge and says, Candy, look at this. Look what I made. What the fuck
is that?
It's a crossbow imbued with some of the same runes that your gun had. I'm thinking about, Candy, with the war effort and everything, I'm thinking about mass producing these. These could really help.
Well, what if they get in the hands of the wrong people, Gembo? You didn't tell me you were going to mass produce off of my daddy's creation.
No, I didn't. I know that I didn't tell you you were away.
You a piece of shit, Gembo?
No. Listen.
It kind of seemed to me like you're a little bit of a piece of shit.
Well, no. I mean, I could, obviously cut you in on the action. I mean, it is your design. It is your father's design, right? So not only
what do you call this thing?
For now, I haven't really named it. It's just a magical crossbow at this point. It's still a prototype. It's very in development, top secret, hush hush kind of deal. But you know, you're right. I should have asked you first. But
Yeah, you should have.
this is the first prototype I've made, and
Well, let me see it. How's it work?
very similarly to your guns, it doesn't shoot as fast, and it does need to be reloaded more often. But it's I'm getting there. I'm getting closer. Your dad, I don't know who he was, but he was a master craftsman. Let me tell you. But like, here, hold it, and you pick it up, and it's got a bit more heft to it. You realize that like you can't fire it in great succession. When you fire a bolt, you do have to take some time to reload it. Definitely nowhere near as advanced as your pistols, but this is like the next step, so to speak. I'm not even going to make you do like an investigation check or anything like that.
All right.
But Gembo says, so look, I mean, if you'll let me, I was wondering if I could keep doing my work and like try to get these in the hands of like maybe some of the faction members that are defending the people around Callisto. I mean, it could really be a big help. This is
Well,
some
how
advanced
much
stuff
are
here,
you-
Candy.
Yeah, it is. Are you handing them out for free? How are you doing that?
No. I'm not even selling these yet. I haven't, finished completely the prototype, but I'd be more than happy to buy the patent off of you if you're willing to sell it.
How much are we talking for the patent?
Boy, howdy. Hold on. Actually, let me find out how
I'll throw
much
out a number.
he'd be willing to give you for the patent here. Look, Candy, given what I know about my professional work, how much it costs to manufacture and make this thing, and again, this isn't even the final product, I could probably give you, just for the patent and like the ability to make this whenever I want, I'd give you 4 times the cost of it. I'd probably be willing to part with like 800 gold. How does that sound?
Now, let's say you get the patent for it. How much am I going to get after you start making them and selling them out?
Well, that's a real good question, Candy. Oh boy. You're talking royalties?
I'm talking
Oh,
royalties.
All right. Well, listen, if I were to strike up a deal and, for mass production of these things, and if I were to, make a deal with, let's say, the Silent Sentinels or one of the 4 factions or all of them even, how about I cut you in on 10%?
Here's what's up. For the patent, 1,500 gold.
Jesus,
Royalties
Candy.
for royalties,
Candy.
25%.
Oh my God! Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage? It's a good offer.
That is so much. That is so much.
Do you know how to negotiate? 6.
With a 6. Just out of curiosity, what was your other roll?
Oh, it was disadvantage? Oh shit.
Yeah, it was
Sorry, I forgot it was a disadvantage. The other was a 7.
That's funny. All right. So Gembo looks at you and he says, "Listen, Candy, I don't have a lot to part with right now. B, I do have the ability to, I have the forge to mass produce these things. I've got the manpower. I can call in a lot of different favors. I can make a bunch of these. That's what I bring to the table. You are bringing the design, which of course is one of the more important factors here. But I just don't have the startup or the capital to do that. I can't give you 1,500 gold and 25%. That's insane, Candy. That's a lot of overhead for me. I can't be doing that. I can give you 850 gold, and I still can only do 10%. How does that sound?
15%.
I can't,
875
Candy.
gold. And you give me the first one when it's finally mastered. Final offer.
I can only do 10%. I literally can only do 10%, Candy.
Why? Why just 10%?
Because you rolled a 6, Candy. I can't do better than that. The fact that you're getting an extra 50 gold is pretty obvious here. Because you rolled a fucking 6, Candy.
All right. Well, the non-negotiable is the final master product. I get it.
Jeez. You know what?
You got yourself a deal. And he holds out his very large blacksmith hand, waiting for you to
900
shake
gold.
it. No, wait, no, you son of a bitch. You sneaky bastard.
Hey, shaking is the only way we make around where we're at. Here we go.
Wesley, Arrows, good to have you back. Yeah, so we're gonna do this very similarly to the one-on-ones we had in the previous Ardania Lulls, where you get to decide what Eros is kind of doing next. So, like right now, you're at a big dinner party with 4 major factions who have just kind of asked you, for a call to arms, basically, of you joining them.
Mm-hmm.
And so on and so forth. But, right now you're at a dinner party. Where would you like the night to go? Do you want it to like end and you do something else? Or what does Eros do?
Let me tell you what. Or let me tell you something else.
Tell me all about it.
I am not one for very formal occasions.
Mm.
I kind of like to just hop around, bar to bar, pole to pole.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So a dinner party for me is torture. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
No, I feel that. Social
All
anxiety,
it
for
is,
sure.
all it is, excuse me, all it is tray after tray after tray of dishes that are just sodden in gravies. And then at the end, you get a jello that has like figurines inside. It's so much. It's a
You're
lot.
throughout the night as the courses are coming through, you're just kind of like staring at the plate menacingly, and Gotti like leans over and he's like, Your Highness, are you okay? Is
And
this
then
not
I
to your
lean,
liking?
yeah,
or-
yeah, and then Gotti, and I'm like, Gotti, what is squab? What is that?
Oh, squab. I do not know. The chef said it was a delicacy in wherever they are from.
Can I tell you
Uh,
what's delicate? My intestines. That's what's
Oh.
delicate right now.
Would you like me to tell them to take it back, or
No, it's okay. I had a turlet built into my throne.
a sorry? A what?
A toilet.
Oh, the toilet. All right, okay.
It came with a bidet. It was nice.
So it's a toilet bidet combo. That's beautiful. Oh, that's
For
so
all
nice.
the squab.
For all the squab shit later. Beautiful. Beautiful.
What is squab?
I don't fucking know. I'm
No.
about to Google that
Yeah, I
shit because
know.
I had to think about it. Hold on.
Squab. Okay, it's
Squab.
a thing. In culinary terminology, squab is an immature domestic pigeon, typically under 4 weeks old. The meat
They
is
caught a lot
widely
of-
described as tasting like the dark meat of chicken.
Oh, okay.
Great.
Cool. I hear that the kitchen worked very hard to catch all of these baby pigeons.
And well, this
Uh,
other dish is just creamed spinach and eggs. It's just squeaky.
So as you're kind of like low key not vibing with the food for the night, and everybody else is kind of partying and whatnot, what does Eros do with this amount of downtime?
Well, I sneak off.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I get the DJ playing, like 100% Pure Love by Crystal Waters, or maybe
The old
some
Crystal Waters.
You
for
Spin
sure.
Me Right Round by Dead or Alive. I get the DJ going,
Mhm.
and then I sneak away to my library.
Absolutely. You make sure that the minstrel set
Sometimes
in the
the
corner.
safety dance that's really popular when
Oh,
the
yeah.
maypole people are here is the safety dance.
Very much so. After people are getting a little toasty, you make sure that the minstrel group in the corner is going fucking ham. It's lit. And then in the frivolity, you sneak off. Where do you go?
My biblioteca, I go to my library. It's on the top floor, and no
Oh,
one can
sure.
get in but me because it's magically activated.
Well, there is a castle library in there.
No, this is like my library.
Where,
Like I
how
have
do
a
you?
I have a private library.
You have a private library
Yeah,
in
of course, I'm the prince.
in King Jacob Momon's castle.
Look, I have worked out a deal with Jacob
Oh, yeah?
Momon. He has lent me a study, which, through my creativity and panache, have turned into a private library that is secure.
Okay.
So
Yeah, why not?
no one can touch the prawns.
Yeah, it's a diplomatic library that he said you could use whenever you want for
Look,
research.
I replaced the books with Danielle Steele, okay? So it's my library now.
Sure. And we can even say that this library was given to you based on the fact that like you have been helping with the prince's studies of the Shrine of Dragal
Fashion.
and the Cataclysm. Yeah, sure.
Well, let's face it, the portraits were bad.
Yeah, no, they were just
They're
really,
much
really
better
old.
now.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, I have helped him with the war too. I mean, important
Yeah.
things too, but fashion.
Sure. No, that's justified. Your diplomatic personal library. What do you do?
Well, I like to look at the maps and charts and, survey where I think my peoples might be and where my peeps might go. I don't know. Really, it's a lot of seeing where I'm reported the
Okay.
war is happening. And
Now-
honestly, it's lots of little red arrows.
Sure. Are you talking more about the war involving like the Elven War between Frival and their antithesis, or are you talking about the war with the
The Warforged?
Yes, the war
Both.
with the Warforged? I just had a stroke.
Both. I like to get reports on both, but
Okay.
and I have them markated. The Warforged go in red, and the Elven War is in sparkly blue. So
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
they're color coded
For sure. Well, you gotta.
yeah, I mean, otherwise I'm like, this is all one war, and then I just start
Exactly.
killing people that don't need to be killed.
Right, then you're killing dwarves for some reason, and it doesn't make any sense.
Now, what's really complicated is when they mix and it's purple, then I don't know what to do.
That means they intersect. It's great.
I just kind of
Okay.
let that happen.
So you are basically doing some late night war tactics. Then I imagine, like planning ahead of time, basically. Okay.
Mostly late night because I sleep into the day
Yeah. Sure.
because I'm up late.
Right.
I don't know. You that was so unnecessary. I tried to make a joke, but I couldn't think of it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
like by doing this, what are you? The main question I have there is, what are you trying to accomplish by doing that? Is this mainly for preparation, or are you trying to like avert something, or what?
Well, Alex, I think it's a couple of things.
Okay, Trebek.
We definitely want to avert as much casualty as possible.
Okay.
That's one, I don't like death personally. I don't think undeserving people should die. So yeah, we want to avoid casualties, but we
Mhm.
also want to make sure that, here's the thing. War crime is a really big thing I'm focusing on. Because you never know what's
Okay.
happening in the villages and to the civilians, and that's my focus.
So you're worried about like the runoff
Definitely.
of the war itself. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna need you to make a roll. Don't know what that roll is yet. Give me a second.
Cinnamon roll? An orange roll?
Yes, make us both orange cinnamon rolls. Let's do investigation. Give me an investigation check.
Give me a minute, I need to pull up my character sheet.
Yeah, take your time. It's okay.
I don't know why I didn't just do that. There's dice there. That is it's a dirty 20.
Okay. With a dirty 20, you were looking at the map between Frival and Andia, and you get the impression that after spending a rigorous amount of time going between where the major battles are taking place between the two nations and where each major village is located, how you can kind of subvert battles by moving your own armies ahead of time so that the battles will take place around and outside of villages. Not only that, you also get the impression that where you are subverting these major battles taking place, if the Warforged were to attack, like let's say like mid-war or something like that, you could also really dial back any sort of casualties that may or may not happen with your people. So you have created a very large bracer here in the sense of keeping your people safe, basically.
Thank you.
And nobody even nobody has asked you to do that. Nobody has given you the inkling to do that, but you just like took the liberty of it. You feel this hefty weight of responsibility on your shoulders now that you are a prince and you have done this pretty amazing thing.
Thank you. Well, when I got in there, I looked at the budget, and they were putting so much money towards just unnecessary stuff.
Like what?
We had a whole budget just for getting sap out of trees. Whole budget.
Sap out of trees?
Yeah, like syrup making. That was a whole budget.
How much was the
It's
budget?
like $100,000.
Holy shit!
And
100,000 gold pieces.
Here's the thing: we live in a big forest.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: the scientists, they're just milking it. The
Yeah,
methods
and, you know,
haven't changed.
That's just jobs at that point. Like they're just taking away jobs from the people. That just doesn't make any sense.
So I diverted a lot of that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, and then, you know, there
A
were
lot
other
more war
things-
money.
There were other things too that I was like, we don't really need a lot of that. Like there was a really big focus. You know, the last leader, he was obsessed with fabrics. So we had a whole, like, he
Your
had this-
dad?
yeah. Isn't that weird? Like I didn't know this until I got here. He had a whole budget for just his daily wear. Like massive. I mean, we're talking like
Give me a history check.
25.
Yeah, man, elves. Elves just like trying to be stylish all the time.
I mean,
They think that like
damn.
yeah, it's honestly like more to do with like if I don't look good when I roll up in the war room, like they're gonna think they can take advantage of me.
I'm talking like Imelda Marcos level of
Oh my
robes and
God.
shoes.
Oh
Like
my
it's
God.
unreal. And so here's the thing though, he died and I'm his size. So it's kind of an even trade-off and I'm like, I don't need any more. This is enough.
Oh yeah,
So,
for sure. I mean,
especially
those
'cause
are
we're
yours.
at war with two different things.
Right.
So I diverted, you know, a good $350,000 of that.
Yeah, it's gold,
So-
but yes, 100%.
So I also invested in towers because it turned out we had a whole study going at our university about the efficiency of towers, and I'm like, we'll build one.
Yes. Okay.
Damn it.
That works. Yeah, so now they're constructing safety towers for surrounding areas and towns and whatnot.
Beacons
That's
is
good.
also kind of the
Beacons.
name. They're also
I like that.
defensive because they have arrow slits. So
Nice. Solid. You gotta have a slit in your tower.
definitely
Gotta have it.
slit it up.
Slit it up. Jesus Christ. Okay. Cool. So as you are studying these maps and locations, you have them kind of like lined up all over the table. You have a couple lined up on the wall. You've got color coding everywhere. You've got string going from one place to another.
Oh yeah, it's full like tracking a serial killer in there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, you know, as the night has progressed, you haven't really realized it, but a lot of the noise has died down throughout the castle. You know, you hear the occasional servant footsteps here and there moving to and fro around. But
Right.
As the night progresses, oh my God. I'm literally having a stroke, I think.
Do you smell burnt toast?
No, I just like can't remember names for the fucking life of me, and I
Gotti?
just want to punch. No, I just want to punch my own face.
Don't
when
do
I
that.
Don't remember the prince.
Jacob Mormont?
No, that's King
the
Jacob
king.
Mormont the third.
He doesn't like it when I call him Jake.
Really?
The king.
Oh, the king doesn't like it when you call him
No.
Jake. Why not?
I don't know.
Good. Well, I'm
He just says
expand
don't
on
do that. And I'm like, okay.
Kit Mormont.
Oh,
Kit
yeah.
Mormont.
Cat. Cat. He doesn't like it when I call him that.
Why?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of gay. I'm gay,
Okay,
just in case.
You're what?
Yeah, I'm gay as a prince.
So you're hearing walking back and forth, mainly just from servants at this point, but the noise has kind of died down, and you hear a knock at the door as you were continuing to work, and you turn around, and peeking through the doorway is Prince Kit Mormont with like kind of a blanket draped over him and like a candle, and he's like, "Eros, why are you awake?
Why are you
Have
holding
you
a
not been at the? Oh, I just woke up. Why have you not been at the party all night?
You know, we have like lights in the house, right? Like
No,
fairy
we got
lights.
we got like torches and junk, but it's night. It's like 2 a.m., man.
Oh, well, here's the thing. You haven't been to very many of these dinner parties with me. This is my habit. I tend to just kind of disappear after the squab.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I understand. Yeah, squab makes me squeamish for sure.
I'd rather
Um,
eat chicken. What's the deal? Why don't people eat chicken?
Right.
Why do we have to
They
eat
think
little
it's fancier.
birds?
I don't know. They're harder to catch too, so there's just like a challenge around
Yeah.
it.
And they always
it
have
just makes it-
bullets or arrows in them.
Yeah, and it's just a flex.
And they're like,
you know?
don't remove it. It's for flavor. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not.
It's not. It's Definitely not. You will die, probably. You will get
Anyway,
sick.
no. So I snuck out after I got them playing. What was it? You spin me round.
Ye spin me round. Yeah.
Yeah, by dead or not dead, dead or
Yeah.
undead,
Yeah, they've gone through so many group members.
dead or alive or a witch.
I like that one. Dead or alive or a witch.
But
Cool.
after I got the party started, I danced my way to the top floor, and I've
Cool.
been looking at maps. Anyway, that's been my night.
Good stuff. I haven't been doing. I fell asleep in front of the Shrine of Dragal, and then I woke up and everybody was gone. So, yeah, I'm headed up to my room. What are you doing?
Just pouring over my pores and seeing what's happening in the wars.
The war, like both?
Yeah.
Oh,
Look,
well,
here's the thing.
dang.
Well, we have a lot of citizens that are unprotected, and now they're protected. They were unprotected.
Okay, I read the reports. You've been a prince for like maybe a week or two, right?
Yeah.
You're killing it. It looks like you're killing it.
Bitches get shit done.
Yeah, apparently. Bro, and he walks over to look at the maps and he's like, I can't, but this is so well put together. Like, I couldn't do this better.
Do you know
This
how
is-
many
this is
jelly roll
dope.
pens I have gone through?
Oh my god,
marking
where did you
these?
get those? I can't find those anywhere.
I had them imported. I have a buddy who's from Tejas, where they're made.
They're made in Tejas?
Yeah, well, they have a
No wonder there's a shortage.
Well, yes. And also it's because of there was a huge blight there because of the darkness and everything. So it kind of wiped out some of the trees where the leaves that they get the ink from. But
Oh, shit.
but I have connections with one of their royalty.
Yeah,
So-
being royal ain't too bad, huh?
So they let me have a collection box of Tejas jelly pens.
That's great.
Jelly
could,
Haas pens.
could you get me some of them?
I can pull some strings.
Yes.
I
Hell
can't
yeah.
promise the shimmery ones though. Those are the rarest now.
I mean, that's okay. Like any amount of Tejas gel pens
Yeah.
would be more than welcome. I did all of my best research when I was using them. It felt like they were magical objects in my hand rolling across the page.
Yeah, they don't mess with my carpal tunnel. But anyways, so yeah, I've just been marking through the maps and seeing what's happening, seeing where we're vulnerable, also changing the budgets. I'm sure some of the conservatives are not happy about that. But I also took all the royal jewels and invested them. And not another popular choice.
Even like the family heirlooms?
Not those. I just said I did to piss them off.
Oh shit. Dang, Wesley, you're
Power.
really taking to this royalty thing. Like, so I'm assuming you're gonna join the Lord's Alliance then.
I mean, that's pretty much a given, right?
Well, I mean, it's made up of some of the most powerful royals across the realm. I mean, it's
Is that the same as the 4 factions?
yes,
Oh, yes.
it is one of the 4 factions.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I've never gotten an invite to it. I'm always busy with my research and whatnot. But my dad is.
Something like research is very good. I thought you were gonna say something really dumb and stupid. Like I'm always distracted
you
with
think I was
like
gonna
my stamps. Or something.
Oh, my rock collection.
Something like that.
I'm a geo dude.
Or like building
but-
an air balloon. Like that'll never work.
my flying machine. It's fine. But yeah, no,
Can't elves fly?
no.
We don't have the power of flight. I thought we did.
No, we have airships. I mean,
Oh.
that's fine. But I've never gotten an invite, but my dad is a member of the Lord's Alliance, and it seems to behoove our nation quite well for secrecy and keeping Ardania hidden and whatnot. So
we'll definitely join. Sometimes I think I'll have the unpopular opinion, but I'll join.
oh, don't worry. From the meetings I've listened in on, pretty much everybody has some sort of unpopular opinion that will piss another person off. You'll fit right in.
Perfect. I'm gonna go in
Perfect.
wearing outrageous outfits too.
I mean, good luck. The people from, like Ghent and things of that nature, they'll try to one up you
Well,
every time.
okay. My dad had a fascination with hats, so I have a game changer.
Describe one.
Make me roll. Because I want to
Roll a d20.
I want. Okay, yeah, I want to see if
Give
I
me a
have
performance check.
Yeah. Okay, performance check. Skill 15.
15. Okay. Yeah. So you're.
Just tell me how in detail this needs to be.
I need down to the seam.
Okay.
The thread.
Hold on.
You're about to speak this. I need you to be cautious. You're about to speak this shit into existence.
My father really loved hats, and he had a fascination with the one brand that's in particular pretty antique. It's called Dexter May Porter hats.
Go on.
And so this one that he has, it is lime green. And when you look on the inside of it, it has like this little contraption on the inside that cools you from like the head down. But it's fascinating because it uses like an ice spell to do it. So only elves can make it work, because if you put it on someone with no magical power, it'll literally just like, it's just a crystal in there. But anyway, so it would cool them off. And then on the outside of it, it would glow. And so through the kind of corn husk fabric it used, you would have little like streaks of light shooting out of this lime green hat. And the top of it was a big lime.
Just a big old lime.
Just a big like costume jewelry level of more like set dressing, like wax lime, but like times it by 5.
Okay. So
Just
like
pinned on there.
Was fruit really in that year, or like?
Here's the thing. We don't have limes here.
Oh.
So it's weird.
Like an exotic thing.
I'm wondering if he went to like Sandals and got this hat. And it's interesting because it is a brand from here, Dexter May Porter, but maybe it's a knockoff. I've tried to have it appraised, and I've had the Dexter May Porter people come and they're like, we don't remember this hat, but this is our label. And we don't know where else it could have come from because we're only like 6 doors away. And I was like, well, that doesn't answer my question. How much is it worth? Because it's ugly and I want to sell it. So I don't know.
Your dad must have been a really interesting dude. Kit looks at you and says, well, I'll let you get back to it. I just wanted to stop in and see what was going on here. No one ever really comes up to this room, and I didn't realize it had turned into a library.
Well,
that's pretty wild.
They wouldn't let me have the big one, so...
Oh, yeah, that's mine, for sure. That's me and my dad's.
Well, okay. But either way...
Can't have it.
I wasn't asking.
Oh, good.
But I'm glad that I like what I've done with this one. So, if that's what you were implying.
Looks really nice.
Thank you. I put more Danielle Steele in. Call back.
Oh, good. I'll have to pick up a couple sometime. Take a look.
Do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make sure you have Kleenex with you. I don't know are those romance novels?
I think
so.
I think they are. But yeah, before he leaves, Kit looks at you and he says, I don't know if this would help at all, but the discount sundries and wares. I know you and your group usually go shopping there right before like any big journeys or whatever. He not only deals in merchandise, he also deals in information brokering. He's an information brokering. Yeah. And it may be worth checking out. I've learned a tidbit here and there that has become useful in my research, and I don't know, maybe it would help out.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Usually I go there and I just get, all of my sundries and a Toblerone.
Well, and wares.
And
Toblerones. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta have your Toblerone. And then he takes out a full-size Toblerone from out underneath the blanket, rips it open, takes a bite, and says, well, anyway, I'll see you around.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night.
Good night.
Oh, sorry. Do you want a Toblerone?
Sure.
Takes out a whole other Toblerone, gives it to you.
Where are you getting these?
I run on Toblerone. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you around.
Thanks for the Toblerone.
What?
Thank you for the Toblerone.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. All right, bye. And then he just leaves, and he leaves. That's it. That's the whole thing.
I have a Toblerone.
Yeah, and you can write that in your inventory. You now have one full-size, king-size Toblerone.